Hold on. Un momento. Por favor. Knocks. Knocks. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we got the chat. It's working again. Good. I'm technically, the game hasn't started yet, so I'm technically not late. So you can suck it. Oh, we're here. We're on time. It's muted because the music was playing. Am I late? Am I late? Am I late? Am I late? The game has not started. Not late. Hello? My eyes hurt. Not late. Not late. Map select, I mean, I can't do a map veto because it's already done it. Lotus was the first map by looking at that.
Need 2 wins to have a chance of making playoffs.
I do want to just quickly go and fill up my water. So bear with me 1 second.
This split, I mean, that is a brutal way to walk away from it. I mean, they were literally just talking about fixing their mentals coming into it. Their mentality was one of their biggest beasts to kind of overcome. And if you lose this first game, this crucial game, this pivotal game in this week, it's going to be so hard to pick yourself back up from that. Losing this game, as well as trying to work on your mentality, like, those are two beasts.
This map pause we sort of talked about, right? Lotus, Breeze, Icebox. Icebox is where EG had that real suffrage up against G2. 3-12. And the double controller setup, it was not a good look for them. They're hoping they don't get there.
They absolutely are. And good news for EG is we're starting it off on Lotus, where I think they did look their strongest here. Now, of course, KRU are going to come in, and the first thing they're going to be looking for is those B walk-ups from APOTH, right? Early in the half, that's what EG were conditioning, and KRU will need to have answers both to that and also Nature later in the half testing space out towards Rubble. I think EG, their attack looked good because of those lurks, and if KRU can isolate them, they're going to do a way better job of dealing with EG's actual.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think going into this, KRU's actual playstyle should be to punish the lurkers, and at that point, EG needs to.
Where
have
were
a
you when
separate
Yoi
game plan
became
as to
Yay?
how to win these fights
I was at
and how to
home
take space
thinking,
without relying on specifically just APOTH and specifically just any other player. It's going to be a rough one, but if EG do get away with this one,
I was at home sitting watching GE win.
To kind of win the next one too.
One thing I want to see more on their defense
Yo,
is setting up
Ye is
these
back.
kind of trap play ideas around the site.
No.
It's the unique feature of their comp, and I think we saw some of that, splitting their cipher across B.
What would it be? It would be.
Setups over towards A.
Where were you when Yoi turned into Ye? I was at home watching GE win. When Zest say Ye is back.
So
No.
if KRU's contacting up, getting space and popping on that cipher site, it gets real scary.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Not expecting to see many changes here. Teams have not had a lot of time to actually adapt things game to game, though.
I want to see more from Giorgimo. He had his
God, this map's boring, isn't it?
Seen in the debut, and he was fine.
God,
in
this
the
map's
second series,
boring,
but
innit?
He should be an all-star for this squad.
Waiting to see what EG ends up going with, and like you said, Ender, we're in the midst of Super Week here, and the discussion about APOTH is important, right? You come into this map probably without a lockdown. You know, don't have that ability to
Any
be
mods?
into those sites, and you have to create pressure in other ways.
But you do
Mods?
see APOTH use those cages,
Any
especially aggressively on those lurks to get them
mods?
into more forward lines
Preds?
and cross over some space, especially in front of me.
This is
what I would like to see
Valorant.
from KRU on
AV
the game
Sponge, thanks for the
is
14
setting up
months.
mid-round
I'm only here
games to
because
flush out those
Wolverhampton
lurkers.
Wanderers was
It's
from
a little bit
Shanghai
less
aren't
all
playing.
about the opening gambits that Lotus is usually
Do I have to
about,
do the
and
prep?
encountering
I mean,
EG,
I'll do
like
it.
to see
I
better
don't.
mid-round
I'm not against it.
That is one thing I'm actually looking at Heat for.
I don't know
because
whose map
as I
it
said
is,
before, this guy is
but
impeccable with his
we'll put
information,
Sen.
especially on this
It's
stage.
obviously
He had
not
a
Sen's
phenomenal
map pick,
performance
but
last week, and I think he's going to be doing
I don't know
a
whose
really
it
great
is,
job
so
at finding out where that lurker
it's
is.
gonna
using
say
the
Sen on it.
pixel to figure out APOTH,
I
and
don't know
after
who
they
it
kind of figure all
The
that
least
out,
boring
retaking
map.
space that they need.
When you're
Good
watching
question.
this game, the things to keep your eyes on is where EG are positioning their lurks in the mid round, and then watching the minimap of how Heat and Kesnet are moving together. Because like
The
you
least
mentioned,
boring map in
those are the
this
two
map
that are gonna be
pool
super proactive on these reclears. If they're shutting
currently
down Nature and
is-
APOTH, that's a winning position.
Two very different stories. EG looking for that elusive first win as the climb to playoffs
Ooh,
begins.
that's a tough
whereas
one.
KRU are already halfway up the mountain. We're ready to jump into this game, so let's send it over to your casters. It's Brent
Fine.
and Sideshow.
There's still too much meta stability on Bind, I think.
For EG going up against KRU Visa, because they got some heavy hitters on that KRU team. They really do up on that stage.
Split is okay.
Major obstacle for them to overcome, just in terms of that firepower.
Split isn't too bad. If Split
strategies, maybe showing some of that old style of EG where they were really cooking up and forcing teams to adapt to them.
If Viper got nerfed, then a lot of the maps would be interesting, right? Like, if Viper got nerfed, all of a sudden Breeze would be interesting. Like Breeze and Icebox would be interesting then if the Viper got Giga nerfed.
It seems like it would favor KRU's
Lotus might be somewhat interesting if Viper got nerfed.
So you need EG to hit the ground running.
My thoughts on Wolves getting slapped around by Arsenal? Did they get slapped around? I thought it was 1-0. Was it?
EG have shown us
I mean, I don't care.
Running Apoth on the Cypher here. How much more do they have?
Okay, so just the Cypher versus Killjoy.
Util being exchanged.
Both are fine. I think honestly, I think the thing on this map, really often teams win on this map based on can they get deep Sentinel utility giving them info. Right?
It doesn't look like it based on where Apoth is currently standing.
I think that that's really the way that this map is won and lost a lot by teams, at least in a macro sense. Obviously, they can still lose it. There's a lot that can go wrong still, but you know, things like the deep alarm bot. We saw this on Haven towards just before Haven rotated out, actually. We saw a lot of teams, you know, start doing deep turrets on C when teams were properly defaulting any time towards C. They had that deep turret, and if that doesn't get destroyed, like, you know, well, they can't do a fast C exit, right? That's just a lane that they aren't going to. So D3 the fighter. Thanks for the 3 months.
Yeah, let's be a 2-0. I just want the good game and sleep.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the Americas are like bad games. Although Heat.
Making a mockery of it. Just opens up the
Snake
site
bite.
almost single-handedly. Still.
Oh, he ran into it.
That's quite nice. Cheeky plays here, but Kesnet still kicking, isn't he? He's got a big iron on his hip, and he's brought this one to a favorable scenario. The call is made.
Oh, both on site. Oh, Kesnet gets one. Gets out. Wow, what played, lad. And to me, I picked KRU because of this. Because of this man. Not him, but him as well. But him.
The series to continue, which is KRU hitting some blinding shots to open things. Heat and Kesnet, top of the scoreboard for their team. Everybody else on 0 frags. And Heat opens it with, I think, a missed haunt. I'm pretty sure based on that, the haunt was supposed to be going towards backside, but listen, might be completely wrong. And that's a cool little fake, because it did catch onto Superman, who was just nearby, and set Heat up for 2. Kesnet to finish with the Sheriff.
Fred?
KRU on the attack side, tons of rifles now.
Forgot I had the stuff.
You know, already making this.
Wow, EG with a favorite?
Into really deadly.
Look at the fucking big EG fans in here.
EG are aware of the slow starts to the beginning of some of these maps and series. Hello, not clear in the corner though. Patience on display by nature.
Still gets one, but that's a rifle.
Apoth ends up going down, following up, but it has donated a rifle. Door opens
a
up.
little slow on this,
take a fight to them with the nade rebounding straight off of Mound, but they
yeah,
are
it's
collecting the kills
slow.
nevertheless. And really can't do too much more with the weaponry that's on display there from EG.
Gonna fall onto Superman to try to make something of this round, but KRU's awareness simply higher. After they made that small mistake at the beginning, but again,
okay, they actually didn't end up losing a gun. Could have gone very bad, but it didn't.
Like Na'Vi kind of buy, where a lot of people buy up as much as they can, and then some people come in with pistols. Even if you lose one player, look at their bonus round buy afterwards.
I had high hopes with EG with Jaw, Super, and Dark, but it kind of died out.
Kesnet and Heat are both almost up to ults.
If I'm honest, like, they do look like they just don't have the shooter. There are a couple teams, I think MIBR are a bit the same, right? They just don't have the shooters. Like, which is maybe a bit of a problem, really, because I think
listen, KRU keep it relatively simple. You're talking about the macro gameplay.
Like there is enough shooters in tier 2.
Dropping down, they're going to try and force a fight against them. Vulnerable, applied. That's just from the snake bite. Drop down, and again, there's just no.
But this is the problem.
Or protocols in place for EG to deal with it, and KRU will come at you with just a simple game plan. We're going to contact up behind this wall. We're going to throw a snake bite out. We're going to drop the wall, force the fight up with the guns. Because that's really...
Because that's the thing, Crew aren't going to do anything that you haven't seen before. They're going to play basic bitch Valorant. I'm not going to ever probably make a video about the Crew team unless they win champs or something, which they ain't going to do. But
Got scared you weren't streaming. I dipped low enough to watch Phoenix.
We were talking about the fact that they needed to hit the floor running.
Who
This
is
is
that?
their map pick.
KYPA,
Yes, Crew are on the
thanks for the 9 months.
But you still need to be getting some rounds up here.
Wow, what if Phoenix heard you say that?
No, what they say.
Flawless bonus.
Looking good.
A fully
This is
flawless
EG's pick.
bonus round conversion from Crew, keeping all those rifles intact.
And like you said, the simplicity just working so well there for Crew. It's not even necessarily that they are setting up the win condition. They're trying
What
to
if they
shut
beat
down
Sen?
EG's potential play.
Then my Crew stocks will go
Having somebody
quite a
closer
lot.
towards rubble. They're happy to throw out that one snake bite and then drop the wall. What does it cost them? Almost nothing.
Yeah.
200 credits worth of utility used. But it neutralizes what EG are going for and sets up Crew for favored gunfights. They're now 3-0 up, headed even closer. to
Imagine Crew
enormous
go on a run.
offense.
The thing is, Crew have played, I think, the worst 3 teams in Americas
Thrifty round might
in their
just turn
first 3
the
games.
tides for them.
And they've proven that they're like better than those teams. I mean, they are in the process of proving they're better than
Test
EG.
it nice and early.
But
But no
I'll
players
tell you
But like, they're
what,
clearly better than
I'll tell you
those
what, man, I
teams.
think that Klaus's IGLing has been great in these kind of moments.
Yeah.
From what
But
we've seen from him so far in stage 1.
They are
He's
just
been
a
great on
basic team
Lotus at being able to find these gaps and
that can
avoid
aim well.
danger in these kind of situations. You know, now that I've said it, we'll see if it now bucks the trend. But generally speaking, I think no matter who you've had recently, if Klaus or Melsa doing the calling, it's been fairly solid on the attack sides.
There's no rushing into things, you know, they spot out the trip. Apop couldn't
Maybe
quite get
one
killed.
problem they have in Americas in terms of like scouting in general with Americas is that, you know, it is a bit like everyone knows everyone kind of thing. You know, like everyone has played on a team with like you could always ask someone. Someone knows someone, right? I do wonder if that like means that certain players, you know, maybe don't get the opportunities necessarily, or you know, there's other problems, because like in EMEA, for instance, right, or APAC, because it's all spread out and there's maybe language barriers as well, right, and things like that, you know, people get given a chance, and the players who get brought in, you might not actually know them.
need kills to get ults, and they're not doing a great job of it.
Right, whereas in Americas, I feel like the kind of vibe seems like, you know, everyone knows everyone kind of thing.
He's just been able to farm
You know, they're all playing in the same fucking Radiant lobbies and whatever. And so you just end up with kind of... Because America's had by far the least change of Tier 2 players coming up versus EMEA and Pacific. Like, EMEA and Pacific, it was like, you know, a good quarter or to a third of the league. In Americas, it was like... There was like 9 players to start the season or something.
Once Crew see that Jorg has picked up the orb, you know, you can just...
You know, and then even with like people who were bringing in as well, you can look at Cloud9, like even bringing in people after the fact, right? We're bringing in Rooney, someone who we've had before, who we know.
Now they've seen it.
Not that Rooney doesn't deserve it, Rooney does deserve it.
Side of the map, do they commit, or are they going to start
You know,
to slow
just as an
things down and
example
take
of,
their
like,
time?
Slow down just because
a
they're worried
bit
about a trip
closed.
actually well. Prowler connecting into it, snake bite at defeat. Kesnet second guessing himself, but now he does look to try and just take charge of the scenario. There's nobody on the side. Open for the taking here for Crew.
do get the
EG
space from
instead
it.
opting to just group up now and try and play that full retake.
And this is going to be difficult for Crew to hold on, because EG are ready to flood with the showstopper.
So they tried to tap and then fight, which is quite a nice idea.
Scattering to the winds! The movement impeded there by the pillar, and Cloud's able to just pluck him out of the air still.
Oh my god, it's
Pressure is
pure
being
chaos.
applied by EG on multiple angles and multiple fronts,
But they still win the
can't
fight.
take out the dynamic duo, Kesnet and Heat. These guys are elite. And Derek, it's sharp. He needs a bit more where that came from. Still with a spike drop down, 1v1. 9 bullets left, a quick tap. The movement, 7 left. Wide in the face.
Okay, Derek wins a 1v2 for him. I mean,
it's
not great.
A savior for evil geniuses there.
but
Right when
you
they
take what you
needed
can
it.
get when you're 4-0 down.
This map was in danger of flying
Ooh,
way out of
me and my
control,
friends just turned out.
especially with
What
that
the
I had the
bits
same
alert?
conversation with my brother about EG. Why are they signing 4 players who dropped out of Tier 1 without making any impact instead of signing some crack tall no-brain Tier 2 or Tier 3 players, like they did with Demon 1, and let Potter teach them the macro they need? Cheers.
Rascal X with the 200 bits. It worked. It worked.
Listen, the economy exactly in a healthiest spot, but at least EG do have now a fighting chance. And
I completely agree. I think that the way you... To me, this feels a bit like EG didn't want to get embarrassed early on, right? Like, you don't want to teach, like, 5 cracked duelist players different roles and stuff like that. And maybe they didn't have... I mean, maybe they didn't have full time to do that, necessarily, not knowing fully who was going to be on the team. But I think long-term approach, right, it would have made more sense to get your tier 2, 3, just, like, cracked out of their minds players. Obviously, you've already got Jorgamo. You know, Nature seems like a good pickup as an IGL. Nature looks like a decent IGL and player, in my opinion. So that was a good decision. But I think, yeah, they could have. If you had Nature, Jorgamo, and just a bunch of cracked aimers, I think that, yeah, probably early on at this part of the season, they probably wouldn't have been very good. But later on, they wouldn't have, you know, maybe lost 5v3s.
That's the crew firepower. He just decided, no, I think I can win this round. And he bulldozed his way into Trey.
Derek watched for and managed. They knew that was a possibility. So
I think EMEA are able to win West Shanghai. Yeah, the whole no team region is a bit overdone.
But now his chances to try.
Like, I agree that none of the teams look that consistent, but
lined it up.
we can't open the door.
Gifted here.
Rascal X2, thanks for the 100 bits.
They are already not very good this part of the season, long. Time for good content.
That is true, Rascal X, yes. But I just mean that they would have been like horrific at the start of the season, probably with not as much time to prepare, and you know, you'd probably have to make people play different roles that they've never played before and stuff like that. They probably would have been awful at the start of the season, but maybe by the end of the season they actually would have been pretty good. Right? Which,
why is Derek so bad?
Derek isn't bad. Derek is fine. Again though, but that's the thing, they've got too many kind of like this is a consistent problem that this guy is top fragging or second top fragging in almost all of their games. That is a problem.
They've been running this trip at front B, EG, with Derek watching it pretty much the whole time too. Probably expecting crew to make some kind of effort based on the VODs to go and break that regularly. And crew have just been like, nah, we'll just walk at you and kill you.
How is my health? I mean, you can probably hear that I am still pretty ill.
Has to offer in terms of the info game on defense.
I don't feel great. I feel quite tired. I don't know what the Pacific games are tomorrow. I might just not watch them at all, to be honest, because I might just need to rest at this point. Oh, the name.
They want to use this one. So they can take the fight to them. That's a lot of connections. Look at that, the trails.
I'm so surprised on these maps that we don't get the, you know, the bind lineups, the Viper lineups for bind. I'm surprised you don't see them that much in other maps.
It's going to be used just on top of this. The next layer of things.
It's a big lockdown. You're gonna probably have to respect it at some point. And they don't really have the guns to fight back. So now having to retake with these guns, like, it should be GG. But using the, I don't hate Pacific. I actually quite like Pacific. Like, I think.
Hello, push forward.
Well, he's all 4 people.
You don't just want to break that? I guess he was worried
You
about
want to play in tree? This is not the place I would have played, personally. Against an eco, but okay, I guess it worked. Ish.
But it is down just to the one. Superman. Far too much damage done prior. It was too weak.
Pacific feels stale.
Really didn't even need the headshot.
Yeah, Pacific does feel a little stale this year. I think the EMEA is probably the best league to watch this year, just because. You know, people say zero team region, but zero team region is more interesting because it means that you don't know what's going to happen. Right? Because you get a lot of games of those top 6 teams playing each other, and it's like, I don't know who's going to win. Like, I don't know who's going to win. Which is more interesting in my opinion. You know, I'd rather watch a game where I don't know who's going to win rather than MIBR versus Sen.
There was some idea that it could have worked there. They had the Nightfall, it caught onto tons of players. I think they invested Superman's ult as well to make it feel like there could be players behind.
Yeah, Secret did beat Paper Rex, but
being taken away. but unfortunately they're just in too much of a hole.
Secret just are that team that just fucking randomly, they'll randomly turn up for 1 week.
We're about to head into Breeze.
You know, with a good gameplay. I thought Paper Rex looked bad today, though. I thought they looked bad.
Of Kesnet, of Heat.
Like, even like their aim was bad. You know, like, it was like Loud against Cloud9 on Icebox, where it's like, their aim is bad.
If you're gonna win them on Lotus, but this
like,
is new retooled crew with
I can't remember a game like Loud on Icebox there where I was like, why is their aim so bad? And Paper Rex, I thought that it wasn't as bad as Loud's on Icebox, but I still thought, like,
talking about it. Simple doesn't necessarily
team
mean
doesn't
bad.
look that
Talking
good.
about, like, the
and Team Secret completely outstratted them too. Like,
There's
they
very
got
structured ideas
outstratted
of what they want to do. They
hard.
want to set up Kesnet really well as well. That's another kind of game plan for crew. And if we go into Breeze, I mean, if you're just setting up Kesnet and empowering him to take fights all the time, it's a tried and tested strategy. And guess
If
what?
I
It
reconsider
works.
my
There's
stance
crew
on
winning
map
so
picks
far
and
in
just
stage one.
send split take?
Not just that,
What do you mean?
Jorg,
No,
at the bottom of the
I
scoreboard
still think
right now.
most teams
Saw
veto
him with
wrong.
a rough game earlier on in
And I know they do
2024,
because
and
they
it's
say they
certainly
do.
not LPG. He's that veteran player that EG need to look towards. Superman trying to make it feel like there's a lot of presence over towards C-Mount. In an attempt to
I
make
would
this
love
little
to
push from
play
Jorg and Derek
these coaches
more effective.
at poker.
They've got rid of
Because
the
they must
turret,
not be very
done
good at
too much
poker.
else. The turret being gone,
Because
though,
they just
is a
play
big
what
deal.
their hand is.
It's gonna make crew
Right? They don't
feel
care what I've
threatened
got.
about
They just play whatever the fuck their hand is.
Exactly the uncertainty there.
And that probably makes them pretty easy to play
Avenue of
poker
B,
against.
but now they're going to be making their way over towards Klaus, who's got all that space on A.
This EG just threw a haunt over towards Mound and re-cleared that, so I think they should have a good idea that this is ending A for crew. Jorg is booking his way
Hello,
over. He has
Elevated.
still full utility.
Did you pick crew for this one too?
Are we finally going to see them pivot B and give Derek some action?
There it is, Derek's
Oh.
forwards. It's a jumping clear by Klaus, but nobody else.
Why do they go for these jump peaks when there's doors there?
I've
I've seen that quite a few times.
Derek does incredibly well. Tripped.
Oh, the flash missed. Oh, he didn't realize where it came from.
Wrangling control of the rifle for Superman.
And then, of course, Melsa just wins 2 fights.
He's pulling it back from the brink. And just like that, when you think it's going so damn well for EG,
He doesn't win this
kill
too.
could be critical.
Jesus
Jorgo
Christ. I mean,
dropped in the spawn.
this is another
Well done,
2v4.
Superman.
Just pure aim diff. I hope we get to see crew against a fucking good aim. Who do they play next?
Unachievable. And Kesnet's just watching for the right angle,
They just...
expecting the appropriate
Did
position.
I did watch Fnatic Koi, yeah. When I saw Koi were like 5-0 up or whatever, I was like, oh okay, I should probably watch it. I didn't watch the second map when Fnatic started winning a bit, because I was like, oh, this is obviously over. But I watched the first map. They played Loud next? Fuck, they could beat Loud the way Loud are playing.
But then to double face and have Melson kill 2 of you and then out duel Jorg.
Fuck, I might need to change my pick.
What kind of player advantage do you need to close out rounds here? They are getting owned by the crew skill.
That's what we talked about as the big obstacle. That's what you got to overcome if you want to try and beat a team like
What a crew in the group. Wait, what the fuck? Like, who's gonna win this? What if Sen don't make it?
There's a one-way. Superman taking a
What if
piece there.
Sen don't make? What if Sen
Just
lose
remember
another
that,
game
he wants
and
to
they
win this
don't
game.
make it?
So he decided to back up.
Because Cloud9 are
He's
3-0.
putting a heavy focus on Derek and sometimes Jorg, looking to try to put pressure here.
Crew are 3-0.
They are so
NRG aren't
Crew are
losing
gonna
a
try
game.
to tackle this area and have Shy pressure it. Usually it would be the Killjoy who walks forwards a little bit, tries to get rid of trips or a turret if you're playing against a Killjoy, something like that. EG's game plan never once has been rewarded. They got rid of a turret 1 round.
Yeah.
Apart from that, they just got the wrong read on what Crew are up to.
Who does Sen still have to play? They have to play Loud, right?
Oh, sights onto the seaside. Is that it?
They beat 100
No, okay.
Thieves.
It's a cancel.
Melzer.
Man, that's big that they beat 100 Thieves. Imagine if they did lose that game, no?
Showstopper forwards, sent
And
to
they
the
played
back end.
Lev.
The shots just
So really it's
not
only
quite landed
Loud
from
that
the
can beat
Sheriff.
them,
But
right?
Jogmo will do a little bit of damage here with a kill collected. He's got to try and play the door. So he survives on that cross. But it's a 2v3 here, and still with that weaponry disadvantage. The pit on top of it, spraying them all down and through. Kesnet.
EG Loud Fury? Yeah, so really it would have to be the Loud game, you would have thought. I mean, we could get 4 teams coming from Group A. It actually could happen. They only need to win 2 games though.
This was our
That
team
actually
that
could
went
happen, though,
0
couldn't it?
and 9 in
You
regular
get
season
shot,
games.
you lose the round, you lose the game, it's an FPS.
There's a Crix! There's a Crix!
KRU might
With the
go
best
on a
beginning
run.
you could ask for in another match against EG.
You get shot.
Thanks for the 8 months.
It's a game. It's an FPS game.
And the Rays did.
David Goose, I don't think I said you're 4 months. You asked a mean question. And Kevin, thanks for the 6 months as well. Thank you all.
Outrageously good on Rays last year. And he just can't get going today.
Can't. It's not working for them.
Another round where Derek taking contact in front of the...
I just need to be reminded not to let people influence me.
But really just tying up his positioning.
Because I remember at EG at kickoff, people were saying they were good. And I thought they looked dog shit.
Crew were just breaking a trip, walking up right behind it. It's Heat who's taking that, and look, I mean, Jorgamo's not ready for the angle.
I need to trust my eyes more.
Expect them to be this contacted.
Chops up and crossed
It
up
was
here.
all
Yeah,
Brent's
just
fault,
don't
yeah.
expect these players to be in this position, and whatever calls being made by EG, there's just too much hesitancy in play.
I mean,
really
this
take
game
a fight
does
to them, and they just dropped.
This was like me and my friends, but half an hour ago.
How many actually consistent teams are there in the whole of franchising? Is it fucking DRX and C9RN? That doesn't sound right. Also told you about EG.
Crew are winning any situation that they're put in.
Soul
But to see
Thugs.
them create advantages in
Consistent
rounds like this
teams.
where they just contact up, messing with a bit of the pace and the expectations, and EG are caught completely taken
Koya
aback
pretty
by it.
consistently
That's
bad.
lovely calling.
Yeah, I think they've got that extra element.
NRG are pretty consistent, I think.
Just clouds to that attack side, calling it. Works so well to all the strengths of Crew. I mean, it might be too early to say. Listen, you can make the argument as well. The Crew haven't really
Navi?
been tested so far and split one. But
I wouldn't call Navi
really,
consistent,
what is the
to be honest.
team so far? They're 9-1
Pot
against
Quid
the
are
EG team.
consistently bots.
Dishing them out.
Can Crew beat 100 Thieves? Yeah,
Dealing with almost
100%.
every
I mean,
single obstacle that's been
like,
propped up and thrown up here.
I've been saying Crew have been
Talking
sharp,
about
but to me, this looks even more
getting
sharp.
up ahead of the angle
Right?
before
This,
the EG players are even expected.
in the other games that I watched, I thought that like, oh, Kesnet is hitting. Oh, you know, like, Heat is also hitting. In this game, though, it looks like everyone is having moments of like, whoa, Jesus Christ, that's good. It's like they're in a race to kill each other, kill the opponent, like, a bit like Prime Paper Rex.
Kind of owned here. Apoth with no armor is going to try to defend C on his own. But an early round where Crew, listen, they don't need to do anything crazy.
Want to go for this one here? The rocket
Oh,
flying.
didn't get a kill.
Oh, but just only a smidge of damage is what it feels in the counter. Spanish Jorgamo.
If that isn't a single round to sum up the entire game so far for Jorg, I don't know what it is. That just tells the whole story. Crew are so aware of that kind of stuff. You know, they're not running into a rubble.
Is the IGL on EG? Like,
Showstopper, yeah.
All right, Nightfall used on the other side just to try to get some information. Maybe this is going to help them defend B.
Nice from Apoth.
Yeah, that's big.
Positioning now, pressing forwards. Holding with a double up dangle. The Crew using this chance. Reposition. Nice and quick. Still, actually, a peek from
Nice
behind
flank.
There's Apoth. And Superman as well taking his own fight. It's
See,
just
this is what I
flanks
mean.
and
I mean, this
flanks
round by
and
Crew,
seems to be the game plan of
it's
EG.
like a
Maybe
fucking
that's what
ranked
it
round in
takes.
terms of our IJLing. Right? It's like, oh fuck, they're on A. Fuck it, run B. Oh fuck, we got revealed on B. Oh fuck it, run C.
So do the opportunities. Nature creeping and crawling right behind them. No one's watching. And here it is. Time to collect. Real chance and opportunity, but eventually they double up. And again, Crew are boundless. Leaping through into the site. A plant finally down for them into this post plant. Another 2 versus 2 scenario. Oh, missing.
Not where that one was supposed to go, but the Snakebites are still going to hold back EG for the moment. Superman has 2 teleports. Fakes it.
I think he could have crossed in. Not much to clear this one either. Okay, Shy. Backing away here, doubles up with the face. Can he adjust the aim in time? Klaus wrapping around an ace. The potential is there. Doesn't quite know where the last player's been out. Here's the noise and Superman is just left clueless.
The
Oh,
ace.
my power, ace. All for class here, the IGL.
Last round before the switch.
Oh,
Superman was looking on top of his own one-way there, thinking that Klaus had somehow jumped
Paper X
over his
consistent,
head
but
and gone
today they were
inside
bad.
it. He owed
like,
him
whereas before I thought,
things up.
like, Paper X against Gen G, I thought they looked
Brett,
good.
You're completely right. The call here is just to throw caution to the wind. It's like, all right, our game plan isn't working. Let's just run at them.
Yeah.
Play inside smokes. Try to find your ones. Mess with the timings. 10-1. I mean, 1 and 10 is better than Crew did last year, but now things are completely flipped.
I mean, they really are. PG have got any chances. It's got to be in this round here, the final one.
Same kind of defensive setup that we saw last time Nature had his ult online. Get him with a trip, ulted on C, tried to stack towards B and A. Shy, very rarely been here early round.
He still almost gets him. Palace Shades! Kalu Shades! 19!
Sub to the goat.
Thank you.
Away with the user in his hands. He can't quite get it. In fact,
For the, what was
already
that?
been done to these EG players.
The 3 months! How kind.
Exchange the weapons. Kesnet, the operator, paranoia, peeking. Out wide. That will force out his nightfall here. Still 55 seconds left in the round. Opportunities for crew if they do want to take it over towards C.
There's
or
4
B,
people
or
here.
even just look for these fights straight up. Hey,
What?
he's pulled that one from the brink out of nowhere. 3 kills. 11 health. One bullet will do it, but
The
now
use of the Odin is so innovative on this map. I have never seen any team spam that exact ward from that exact angle before.
I'm going to assume that that's sarcasm, but I guess it could be real.
Of course.
Haggis McSwags.
Contacting through, bit of a team flash.
It could be. I don't know which war you're talking about.
Apologize for that one a bit later now, but they are
Talking
going to
about this
move
one?
on.
They've given them the whole of B.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not.
To get the plant down, not in position to flood. Hello, I love this ult from Superman, doubling up with Nature.
Well, Melter just got off the plant there, and it has brought a bit more time here for EG to just try and take these fights. And Superman, he was a bit ahead of the rest of his team, but now, eventually...
Okay, they win a second round. Good for you, EG. Don't matter. End the game. Let's just get to fucking LEV. NRG, shall we? I'll let you decide. I don't know. Because there are a lot of things you can spam on this map.
Yeah, it's EG's map pick. And the final round, though amazing as that is for Apeoth, it feels like a bit of a consolation prize. Yeah. They would have to pull off a most outrageous comeback to have any chance of pushing this one.
Who's favourite LEV NRG? I'd say NRG.
Klaus, and we learned about why he's been looking forward to
oh, dearie me. Maybe if I talk over the music in case it's copyrighted.
Yo siento que EG es un equipo bastante parecido como nosotros, su planteamiento de juego es bastante agresivo como el nuestro. Y nada, va a estar bueno porque va a ser como quién va a ser más agresivo que el otro. Y nada, quién va a imponer su ritmo, quién va a decidir en ese partido. O sea, los dos vamos a estar como acelerando cada vez más para imponer nuestro ritmo y va a ser bastante divertido, yo creo. Creo que son un buen equipo.
So respect being shown, you know, Klaus saying he thinks EG are a good team, which they've shown those glimpses of brilliance, I think, in a lot of their matches. But
will Aspas have the best ACS though?
Feels like they're not pulling back
maybe
any punches.
Maybe not.
Yeah, crew look excellent. I think.
Please don't let it go to Icebox. I wouldn't be worried about that, my friend. Really.
Problems or just fix large problems. To be honest. It can feel overwhelming to try to tackle them all at once. But if you get a bit of a reset and get some fresh blood into the team as well, which he has given them, then suddenly mentality can shift. It can feel like your horizons are shifting too, and the more you win, the more freedom you have to try to make plays. Adam's got to be feeling excellent about how his team's performing right now.
Oh yeah.
I am a little bit concerned though if we flip things the other way to the fact that Jorg is having such a stinker. He's 2-12. We've seen him, you know, kind of whiff on both showstoppers that he had in that half. One because of his own beef movement, as far as we could tell looking at things from our point of view, and the other just because crew had anticipated it perfectly. And
bro, how long is halftime?
Reminiscent of what happened in EG's game against G2, where he couldn't get online.
Skekko Meta on Icebox.
Again, I'm thinking forward to Breeze. To be honest with you, the score's 10-2. Yes, I'm thinking about map 2. Jorgamo is their guy to go around and duel people.
He's got to go with a player like Kesnet on the opposite side.
I don't know. The Icebox meta is a bit up for debate.
It's 2-12.
I think
this is what 17-5 that Kesnet's currently sitting at.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it's not actually just Kesnet and Heat up there. Heat's 8-8. He's had some awesome rounds. The pistol, along with another that kind of helped crew get on board. But you know, we've seen enormous stuff like the ace from Klaus. And
I do prefer the kind of Gekko KO direction, but I would genuinely play triple initiator, to be honest. I would try it if I was to.
Perhaps just
like genuinely, I would try KO Gekko Sova, Viper Killjoy. Okay, so we saw crew basically just try and run it down. Let's see what EG they're gonna try and big brain them.
It's an open side. Well, Apeoth decided to take a fight, and well, There's a whole army waiting for him on the opposite side. KRU going to be fast on this one. It's a rapid uptake of the little door area. Now a deep push into the spawn. Shy, he's seen it.
I was aware.
Open angles here.
Let's use the
Awareness
second
on the
guy.
chart here for KRU, expecting
Yeah,
some
two people
form of
shoot that.
aggression. Sees, not quite connecting, almost lining up with the classic bullets. 2 left to stand. Try and defend against this one. Derek feeling the pressure, feeling like he has to take the fight straight through.
Wow, they won everything.
Superman, hello. Wait
They
a
win
second.
everything.
This is a case of salvaging it, picking up those pieces here and now. Kesnit is low enough that a single shot of any gun will do it. A swift breeze, maybe even so. Tapping on the orb, trying to force the fight open, but now that gets the acknowledgement. This is a 1-pistol round for EG.
Okay,
It's
Superman.
the beginning of the potential
Prolonging
start.
my death.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
I'm confused how Superman was able to get 2 off screen.
Oh yeah,
We
Nick,
were
I forgot
watching
you were an
Derek, and he
EG
played-
fan.
Derek played his 1v1 really nicely over there towards Waterfall, but I'm confused how Superman with a classic was able to take out
Somehow
the other
Nick
2
picked
players.
EG of all the
There
teams
it
last
is.
year.
So they're trying to go for a jump through the smoke and somebody else swinging, but as we
And
saw
they won chance.
yesterday actually when we were covering
Who are you a fan of this year, Nick?
the
Team
that's in the
Secret,
lead
right?
Getting a little sloppy with things, not jumping the player through before the other players.
Nick, you
swing.
should just pick a team based off the capsules each year.
At the beginning of the round,
Whichever
it was
one you
A-bot
like
this
best.
time. It's going to be nature. So KRU are stacking towards A, hoping for a similar result.
Nick knows
Getting
nothing
into
really
final
about
four
Valorant
on
other
an
than
eco.
watching these streams every so
EG,
often on the background.
They need to start some kind of snowball of their own, feeding the orbs into Jorg, and he also needs.
I already based on
They
whoever
need a big
whoever
ultimate
has the
to
least
start
fans.
Anything going.
Who has the least fans now? I mean, it is EG still.
Something to offset the scoreboard differential that we're seeing. Well, they might want to go into C here, but that might be a mistake. You can see it.
Who has
KRU
no
already just been
fans?
Following those sound cues, and it's a heavy stack now.
That's
with
a
4
good question. Who
players over
does
towards
have
C.
no fans?
All that noise that was made earlier.
It's giving Carmen Core.
Yeah, it really is. Jorg, slow and steady, but there are plenty of players watching this cross now.
Giants?
That util snake bite. It's a season 8.
Not a bad,
Nice. Quite nice to collect that one.
And the
And I think
Haunt
they've
reveals the
realised that
omen
this is a
too.
stack. If you kill Kesnit here, that kind of indicates that there's a lot of players on this side. It's normally not going to be the Raze player that's...
You hate their name.
It's
What,
probably
Giant
gonna be
X?
The Killjoy and the Viper, or the Omen and the Viper, something like that.
20 seconds left. They're going to make their moves over towards A. Nature didn't throw away his life here, was it? Slowly and steadily.
Giant X
grabbing
is a funny
control of
name.
the A rubble area, so they're going to be able to get themselves into that post plan here.
And this is looking clean.
Yeah.
Big
So now comes the
Twitter.
question of, looking towards the
Yeah, that's
ultimates.
funny.
Can you build those up? And I think, listen, I think you go and just ask Jorg to go and chase him down. You just wait a little bit, see if KRU are doing anything that looks like a serious retake. And after a few seconds and the Haunt doesn't see anything, you're like, all right, Jorg, go kill them all.
And look at the diligence even from KRU on their eco here. The
Yeah,
players set up in tuck positions, just jiggling these corners for info. This is them just trying to die to the spike.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not letting anything slip.
But also EG not going and hunting, which
That's
I think is a
sponsored by
mistake. I think
Nestle?
not only is it going to help you build up some
I
confidence
didn't know that.
if you actually go and just get
They're
your
sponsored by
stats
Burger
looking a
King
bit
before.
better.
And had that
not saying
horrific
the players
green
are
jersey. God, do you remember that?
scoreboard
Locker?
Stevens, but at the
That was a
everyone
disgrace.
likes number go up.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but at least that was kind of interesting.
It's all right. EG just played.
You know, it was like such a horrific green that it was kind of like...
It doesn't really.
It was kind of like the only notable thing about
Away
them
from a lot of those crucial elements, but they do
was
navigate
their
this round
jersey.
nicely. The next big test is going to be this one, isn't it? On a bonus round, they keep it nice and healthy, but they don't exactly have rifles up against KRU.
And then they got they got rid of it for a boring blue one.
Potter has cooked up. Now is the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we win a bonus?
So it begins here. In terms of early util has been thrown out, just that.
Do I read the
orb
YouTube
and
chat
wall
as
up
well?
behind it. It's what nature made the round feel
Says
like.
bot
prior.
life.
Picking up his orb now.
Great, we got the bots in there. What the fuck are you doing?
It's a paranoid. It's just comboed up there with the swing of the guns. It's a nice little play that has been cooked up. Melzer.
Cooked up? I think I could have got that kill.
Making sure that they blind Sam. It's an open angle and a real chance is here for Melzer.
Oh, they aren't aiming anymore.
Nature to be that close
Man, they're
in his
panicking.
face.
This is
Still,
what happened in my rank
skipping
game
and hopping, getting themselves
with my
towards
friends.
that
We got
A-side closer.
fucking
Jordan
ran
needs to
over
be
in the
dealt
first,
with
like,
here, which KRU
first
are
half,
doubling
lost
up. They seem to
9-3.
have lost the awareness, yeah.
And then got
Just
to the other
disjointed,
side.
really. Satchel, a little bit
And
too far
destroyed
away
them.
to set him up nicely for that one, but A-Bob doesn't even find
Never
the kill on
mind.
the flank.
We can't lose this one for EG.
When do the good teams play after this one?
Let it slip. They're in these positions here. Tripled up now. Out towards Tree. Nice by Nature.
Oh no.
It's eagerness here to get the confidence back and take those fights to them. Heat. Recognition now settling in. I think that he has to really just back away and save this one. Play for the exits if real possible. But honestly, with the money in the bank for EG,
Nick did predict it.
Damage.
And I don't think this round was particularly EG coming up with some great strategy that they pulled from the playbook.
Yeah.
I think Crew are going to be complacent, looking to close out the game.
Do I have the two chats open? No, it's just on one thing.
Sides of rubble at the same time and was just like, yeah, I'll flick them. Like, what is that game plan? And then the other players from Crew kind of trickled.
What are the odds for a good game? What, this one?
Going to have taken that space.
Not
you can see it
high.
here on the replay.
Oh, that's just shit.
Not even playing inside the breakable door.
It's not even playing in an angle. That's not even an angle. That's
It's a cool idea
as QB school would say. That's not an angle I'm familiar with.
Kesnit's believing in his own ascension as a deity.
Hackers Big Swaggers, thanks for 100 bits.
What does this map mean for Ye's legacy?
Monumental lead here for Crew. It's all about not letting it slip.
Okay, well, Ye must have played against EG. And he must have played against Crew, I would have thought. So, based on those results,
no paranoia here for Melza though. So
if he lost to one of those teams once upon a time,
Clear this one here together.
awareness, negative awareness.
Really trying to make the most. Hello, you've been pushed forwards by the door. Out into the open, and Heat, of course, he takes a bit of a gander. Another peek of that one here with the rifle. No way! Not like this. And Crew are running them down, Nature. So much to tackle here. It's this double setup. I mean, Heat is going to be so quick to swing. As soon as Shy takes that contact, first kill is there. And there it is, the follow-up.
Wow, Heat with the 4K. After Juggernaut fucking...
them with his brilliance.
If your silver ranked teammate did what Juggernaut did, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, that's not how you draw up the mound crunch in your scrims. Jorg does a great job of being able to capitalize onto these two players, but as soon as he is free
Saltox with 50 bits.
he's able to go and capitalize and support Shy.
I don't think he read it because you saw.
If Jorg either gets the kill or doesn't
I'll
commit
read
to
it.
or the rest of his team are faster
Fuck
to be able to
me.
put pressure on Shy.
EG versus Koi versus Bleed is the fucking El Clasico of mud.
Yeah. On her reaction. This is a catastrophe for EG.
Those are the rounds you can't let slip. You just can't. If you want any chance of a comeback happening here.
Crew take a timeout?
Interestingly enough, this is Crew taking the timeout as well. Off the back of that, probably, you know, queued up during the half-buy round.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Crew are playing a little sloppy. Not on the eco. Okay, it's an eco. You're allowed to go and do that kind of stuff. But the round before, yeah, they do need to respect EG a little just to close this out. But I think Atom will have pressed the timeout button before he realized that they were winning.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's queued this one up, ready to just give them an earful.
Yeah, and now he's like
being like, guys, what the hell are we doing? Oh, we won. Okay, hold on.
Just keep
skip this game and watch NRG below. See, but this is the thing. Where are all the people complaining about there not being enough games? Where have all they gone?
Put the focus back on them. They're going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah, because as many good ideas as EG clearly have in their best moments, they're just making far more mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they realize most games are like this one.
Early alarm bot and a prowler to put a bit of pressure on the Apoth and set this up.
Whoa, Apoth trying to just run forward to take the fight to them. Showstopper right into the sky.
And Muscle was already low, so it's not the worst thing.
Still a player down for the team, EG.
Twitch chat just overshadows this chat, so TMD almost never sees this chat. That's not true. If you type, I'll see it. In fact, it stands out more, to be honest.
For Heat to come in and reinforce that side.
Because I see the little red icon.
And Shy both stay
stands out more.
Anticipating a
Reinforcement 03, thanks for the prime.
Crew have a player advantage.
I think the YouTube one is a bit delayed though when it comes up.
And it's still pretty comfortable playing the defense
but
with
I will
4
read.
players spread like this.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, a deep alarm bot.
Well, no, I won't say I'll read it because I will
really
sometimes.
Indicator if they work towards B.
And Turret taking C contact. The fact that Shy's alive here makes a huge difference. All right, Jorg spotted it.
This game is just quite dull, so I'm reading chat.
The spike's not committed.
But for the NRG LEV game,
the door's going to be opening up.
We'll see.
Now looks like they want to make a move out onto C, but it's still looking at util here to seize.
Oh, nice.
Collapsing collided on either
They
side.
both got
actually.
one.
Just a handshake through mid-air. Now the guns are going to do the rest of the busy work, and it is getting messy. It is getting scrappy. Can nature prevail? Only 13 seconds left into this round. He's got so much to deal with. Kesnit, firepower, the prowess just flexing on him.
Match point. Crew get up to 12.
Could I analyze harder, please? No. Honestly, my head is fucking fried. I prefer just kind of like not paying attention and looking at chat.
I feel like I've seen it actually happen to Apoth as well, where he was able to cage and just run forward to dodge the ult. But this time, Kesnit good for it, and up to
Very easy just to like
kills.
not pay attention.
Yeah, he's on an absolute heater.
He's almost got 3x Jorg's kills.
And it is, I mean, that's the game plan of Crew, really.
Do something funny?
It's just empowering.
Take
those fights,
oh, we should watch Pingu.
Setting him up with a game plan from them. With Klaus's calling as a, real combination. It's a 1-2 punch that's really difficult. I think it tests some of these teams like EG, where they haven't quite got those fundamentals drilled as such.
And also, I think just the firepower. There are times where EG have got into nice
Do a
positions
wingman
and
impression?
Just been overpowered. Yeah. But yeah, I've been impressed with what Atom has drilled into Crew over time. It's taken a long time. But
We
a
love
lot
our
of the
donor
plays
walling
that we're seeing
chatting
from
man's
other
Valo
top
jink
teams,
part.
we're now seeing
It's
from Crew
not
as well.
fucking donor walling anymore. I can hear it now. It's there,
Showing some
Akuma.
novel stuff on Lotus. They were showing us like a one-way smoke over towards Rubble that allowed them to retake A control, that kind of thing. And they're sat pretty here on map 1. It was EG's map pick, but it's
Best
never
Skybird
been
impression?
in control. Not once has it felt like Crew were in trouble.
Now they find themselves one round away from
Blinded!
heading over towards Breeze, which really does feel like the home ground territory for a team like Crew. Crowds on the side of EG. Let's see if they can really pull up the old bootstraps. An impossible task, but we won't dive into the etymology of
Some kind of explosive
Surprised
hit into
Pikachu
to
face.
set the Viper's pin up.
Now do a Sage Wall impression?
But Crew already, as they lose Mound, going forwards and taking B control. That would allow them to open this door and scrap over Mound. If Klaus gets committed into, they can even do this with the Nightfall.
Oh, Klaus! Anticipating and predicting just a few bullets doing the job there. Wow, look at that. I mean, such a triple face of Crew. Apoth lucky to be alive. Everyone been picked apart on the EG side.
Pushed A, we got a triple stack B. You're dying in the orb in C.
Great
Go home,
They
EG.
were running that 3-1-1 default. Didn't
KO
understand
Molly?
the Apoth.
Now all the noise being made here is a paranoia. Going flying, he's got backup and he's got help here. Still Derek's just gonna run him down with the rifle in his hands.
Oh, not again. Oh, not again.
Up shy. Derek, 1v2 to stay alive in the map.
30 seconds left.
KO Knife.
He was there for them earlier. But this is even tougher.
Shy's playing this one so patiently as well, just tucked, but now with the Prowler spotting him. It's a
GG.
slam off angle to seal that one up. Nice and pretty for Crew. Overwhelming. That's what you call that kind of scoreline here. Now, of course, the series isn't over yet, but I mean, Crew are going to be feeling so damn good about that.
EG more like GG? Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Why the fuck did any of you pred EG? What the? Have you watched any of these games? How was it 50%, 53% EG? I was shocked. I was genuinely like shocked. Belief in Potter? Yeah, Potter's not in the fucking server. Coach told me fucking nothing. Coach is like an extra 5%. Do a Viper Wall impression? Okay.
For nothing if they see us.
You'd think Potter would recognize her players are getting diffed and cook up something off meta to close the gap, like Sova on Fracture last year. Loudon kickoff showed off meta works, even if just in the short term.
Rascal X2. Look, let's not talk about optimal strategy, game theory. Coaches don't like that. Okay.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's
They aren't
an
interested in
game.
that. AGM 994. Fucking hell. Look at my fucking brain. It's gone. My brain is fucking fried.
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
Ian Amaral, thanks for the 50 bits as well.
Where is Cantarda man? Haven't seen him.
Neither has I. Neither have I. Do an FNS impression? I'd need like a phrase. What's like an FNS phrase? What does he say a lot? Who is this sideshow character? No, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. All good. What does he say? What does he say? That is insane. No, that's just generic American. What the fuck is this? Humbo, thanks for the 6 months.
Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix. Who the fuck is Phoenix, bro? FNS, bro. Who the fuck is Phoenix, bro? Station conductor track. I mean, technically, trains are called train cars, no? So it should be that. It won't be, though. It was. Okay, drum, cymbal. Cymbal and cymbal. That's interesting.
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
X-Men Swags, thanks for the 100 bits.
Can you please do an impression of round 6 of Bind during the Paper Rex CG Champs Upper Final game?
No. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what happened in that round. Wax. Earwax. Eardrum. Ear... Earmark? Earwig? Earwig? And ear... symbol? Ear ideal? Ear symphony? Ear model? Earmark? I think it's mark, right? Ear simmer? Ear symbol? Ear... I think it's mark. The only thing I can think of the word symphony is it's a bittersweet symphony this life. Do 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 do. You know that song, right? Everyone in the chat knows that song. You don't know that song, Elevated. You elevated. You don't know that song. Of all the people in the chat, you should definitely know that song because you're the fucking age to know that song. I do. I lied. Okay, good. Right. What the fuck are the others? Example. When I think example, I think of the British house artist Example. 'Cause you changed the way you kiss me. And the British people will know what I'm talking about there. Probably no one else. Right. Model, ideal. Example. Symbol? Is that what it is? I just saw those two words and thought it might be that. Is symbolic? It's a symbol of that. I guess. It's close enough. Close enough for me. Embodiment. Yep. And then what's this? Scimitar. Symbol, symphony. I have no idea what that is. It's just words that kind of sound the same. Starting with the same sound. That's the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen. That's got to be the stupidest one they've ever done. Literally just starts with the same sound. That's like too easy. That's like the fucking like, you know the meme of the guy where he's going like, that's what that one is. Man, that's shit. What if you have a different accent? How else would you say some of those words though?
Party'll be for nothing.
Symbol.
Have you ever done
Scimitar?
Immaculate Grid?
The Scimitar.
Party'll be for nothing if they see us.
Oh look, all the bits are coming up now. Rascal says for 50.
Restream. Why isn't Bro showing us his live reactions?
Oh, not this again. What do you want me to do? A footy immaculate grid. What the fuck is that? Oh, where you have to guess players who played for both. Monaco and Bordeaux. You must be fucking having a laugh. Milan and Monaco. Who played for Milan and Monaco? Who played for Monaco when they were good? Falcao played for Monaco once upon a time. Henri played for Monaco. Did he play for Milan? I don't think so. Didn't play for Real. Who else has played for Monaco? Trezeguet, I think. Did he play for Madrid? Did he play for Monaco? David Trezeguet? No? Did he not play for Monaco? That's kind of crazy. Should I do some of the easier ones? Juve, Ronaldo.
You get shot.
Arsenal, Madrid.
You lose the game. It's an FPS game.
Thanks for the content.
No problem. Ill dude. Oh, Lil Dude. Not Ill Dude. Lil Dude 1133. Thanks for the 2 months. Arsenal, Real. Any ideas, Lil Dude? See, this is how fucking fried my mind is. Who played for Arsenal and Real? I'm just thinking of fucking Chelsea players. Oh, I can't get Essien and Makaleli out of my head. Arsenal must have had a good player once upon a time. Juve AC is Perlo. Arsenal, Madrid. Come on. Come on, use your fucking brain. I'll get Steve McManaman out of my head. I'm just thinking of Chelsea and Liverpool players. I don't think there is an English player. Who has played for fucking Arsenal and Madrid? Fabregas came from Barca. What the fuck? I'm trying to think of like English and Spanish people, and maybe there is one, but I'm just forgetting it. Ozil. Fucking obvious. Arsenal Milan. Flamini. That's a fucking get right there. Now, Arsenal Bordeaux could be a fucking lot of people, to be honest. Incio CN with the super chat. Hold on. Fighting against the bits. Well, thank you for the €2. Arsenal Bordeaux. There must have been a Wenger player who he signed from Bordeaux, but it's just which one. Did Pires play for Bordeaux? Did Vieira play for Bordeaux? Henry, I think, started at Monaco. So it's not my Henry. Juve and Bordeaux. Fuck knows. Did Barthez? Fucking Barthez. Barthez didn't play for Arsenal. Did Bakary Sagna play for Bordeaux? Not a clue. Monaco, Milan, Monaco, Madrid. Monaco, Madrid. Who else played for Who else was in that good Monaco team? God, it was so long ago now. That's a while ago. Are we starting yet? We're getting into it. Who's played for Madrid? Who played for Madrid when they were winning Champions Leagues? Modric, Kroos. They're still playing. Ramos. Pepe. Pepe play for Monaco? Yes, he... No, I don't think so. And Cathal Boy, thanks for the €2 as well. A lot of Euros dishing about. Tchouaméni for Monaco Real. Ooh. You know, I was actually thinking of someone else. It just came to me. James Rodriguez. Did he play for Monaco? Fucking get in, lad. Fuck your I mean, I'm not gonna say fuck your Tchouaméni because you did give me €2 for that, but I didn't need it, turned out. Thank you, Rascalex, for the 5 gifted, and the Newts are out. Let's get the fucking Pingus in chat. Get me the in fact, that is my favorite emote still. Right, I'm gonna give up. Who could we have had? Does it not tell you who you could have?
For nothing if they see us.
Feeling any better yet?
No. Whoever you are. Koscielny, Wiltord, Shamak, Debussy, Diawara. I mean, that's pretty tough, to be honest, if you don't know Koscielny. Who played for these two? Yeah, fuck knows. Who the fuck are you?
Left in the tank, and of course, it's time to head back over to Brennan's Sideshow on the call.
Shall we? Thanks for 50 bits. No, I don't feel better. I don't feel better. No, the one that I actually prefer is not even the Newt one. It's the zoom in Pingu one. It's the mean Pingu one. What's that called?
Actually running this one, and they had an interesting couple of execs. They have the cool ideas, right? They use the Yoru,
Astra Viper, Yoru, Sova, Jet.
They all peak at the same time.
No,
it's a pretty common play
Sentinel.
doing, and it does give you a lot of options.
Now, against KRU, this could work.
Really
against anyone else, but maybe not.
I think it has enough complexity to it and enough
Stagu.
that maybe there's a chance for EG here, but it's got to start at the beginning here. No more slow starts to begin, and look at that full group up.
Stagu is what I like.
Is the goal for them.
Yeah, not just a full group up, but 2 shock darts, 2 snake bites bought on the pistol. This says to me, they wait, fast the exec, play post plan. But if KRU are going to push elbow, that could certainly scupper plans.
Okay, EG starting attack, so...
Shai's just jiggling this. Rico start pulled back, a bit of damage from the pistols. No
acknowledgement, really. No sound cues being made. In fact, they've just walked all the way back up and even spotted 1 or 2. No way!
Boy,
Delayed there.
Klaus
Not just
wins
peeking,
that
thinking
still.
potentially that the site was clear. Now, setting their sights here, forwards, trips
They
just
dash
tripping
into
them
the
up quite
trip.
literally here, just getting caught and strayed and tangled. They can't quite find these kills. What is going on here?
They got nature on Yoru.
Well, that's not a good start.
That's not a great start. Yeah, it's not a great start.
Double sheriff sport for crew on their
You get
pistol
shot,
on
you lose
defense.
the round.
Well, that wasn't
You
very
lose the
good.
game.
Falchions tip. Thanks for the 8 months.
EG were looking
Does
to try to
Demon
take
1 out
control
frag ass
towards
pass
the
next
tunnel
game?
so that
I'm
they
gonna
could set up,
say
instead
no,
of going for what you were talking
but
about,
they'll still
Brent,
win.
with the Yoru TP into the Astra smoke kind of in the back corner of ladder. Instead, they were looking to just TP to pillar and see, I think, if they could get
Nature on Yoru?
plant off basically and play the post, but a disaster to begin with. And you heard Potter talk about the fact that she really wanted the attack side of Breeze to be a little bit of a different change of pace for them. Here, it's a bit of an audio fake. Nature teleports away, and that's supposed to make crew think that this action's happening on A, when in fact, here they go.
Trip.
Pulled by a trip again.
There they go.
Yeah, there they go.
I mean,
Get someone in to sponsor the flawlesses. Might have a
Yeah,
few
we're
of those.
getting quite a bit of value, I think, from this game.
Yeah, this is brutal so far.
Name
But this is the
odds.
first round where
Thanks,
EG are
here.
gonna have rifles. We need to see big performances with this composition.
still 33% EG. Who the fuck are the EG fans? You're not a mod? What do you mean?
Could play in a more supportive manner.
What do you mean you're not a fucking mod?
To go for those aggressive peaks, but they need somebody, particularly
see the
one of
fucking
pugilists,
little
I think, to be firing.
Shy just ulting.
thing by your name.
Pretty heads up play by him. Kill Trip's got on value with the choke for multiple rounds here, but he's actually gone down early. But that fight still tooth and nail.
It's just a timing shot from Klaus and Jorg.
Oh, they got the
peeks into
lurk.
it. It's a nice play what they go for. You know, they're setting up to have Kesnit get on top of this wall so that he's got the long sight line down mid. But Shy goes with him. Kesnit rotating around, picking up Apoth, who's gone for the lurk. The team play on display.
This is really all on Klaus. There's not too much.
Do they
utility to
realize
try and
they're
stop them and stun them
both so
into that
quick
choke
behind
point.
them,
Should be
bro?
that open B side and playing that full retake now for crew.
But look, yeah, this retake is coming through so fast.
Yeah.
And it's going to deny post-plant positions from Superman if they wanted to fall back. They're getting surrounded.
Oh, surrounded and Derek. I mean, across their placement. I'm expecting that the players could
You
be
get
that
shot,
fast.
you
That
lose the
onto flank
round, you
Superman.
lose the game. It's an
Taking a
FPS
risk.
Not
game.
through.
Matters into his
A
own
A
hands.
returning
Fate
thinker.
potentially in his hands as well to make the most of this one, but traded out through the main angle. Now Nature lined him up for him. 15 health though, and he's up against the big dog himself, Kesnit. He's sniffing, he's hunting. The reposition of the gate crash might have bought him a few critical and crucial seconds.
Kesnit has to wonder whether that was a fake. Now should have a good idea.
Kesnit now, time ticking against him. He's got half onto defuse. He actually has bought himself a slight window. Nature peeking, not quite. But still
Thing is, you
surely
always
done
know
enough for
Kesnit's not going to win that round because he's so obsessed with getting the
Coming
kill.
out pretty
He actually had the win.
Red Bull clutch.
He had a win. All he had to do
An
was
expensive round for
put the
EG.
smoke back and just stick it, and he win.
There's a concept called playing to your outs.
Yeah.
Where Kesnit, the only way he wins that round is by getting onto the defuse, and instead he was looking for the kill.
Yep.
Maybe getting a little...
Playing to your
Right,
outs. It's a
that's
concept,
just-
Josh, called playing to the scoreboard. And,
Had he
I
done
like
stands,
that
thanks for
one.
the 11 months.
But EG managing to take a situation where it wasn't looking
A
great, but then
returning
turning it
thinker
around.
indeed. I mean,
We've
almost
seen
with a
actually couple of
fucking,
times
yeah.
that the only
Almost
major
a whole
foreign
year.
crew are doing in terms of their team play is how they double swing together. Here's a flash beat. Great beginning for
Fucking hate
Nature.
that so much. I think it's so shit.
But out of
Just the
7
one
times
flash in
on
for a
Lotus
jet.
where they went up a player,
so fucking
they only
shit,
won
man.
twice. The desk gave you that stat in between the maps.
That's what Potter was in real disarray, I think, as well, with that interview that Liz was doing. Talking about just unable to
Are
convert those
EG shit
advantages
now?
when they get
I mean,
Yeah, Potter was
they
talking
should win
about
this
the
round with the
5v3s. I
Euro.
mean, you're not just up one player there, you're up 2 for anyone who
I mean,
doesn't
this is a
care to do the
terrible
math.
spot to be in for Heat here against the
Amazing.
Euro.
I hate loading.
He did
Here we
manage
go.
to get
Flash
out.
will drift in through the side. Going to be picking out some of the positions now. These crew players, you can feel it. Look at that. I mean, 3 spotted, swarmed up, as well as that by the dart and a flash. It's all combined up. Now, EG still choosing to commit into this one. They have one more blind ready to work with. Superman,
The lurk all the way through halls definitely pays off here. Dash to cut it all up here. Klaus feeling that heat, feeling that pressure out through the back, and that's Derek Guardian in hand. 2-2.
EG back.
Nice evened up scoreline. Better beginnings
Again,
now for EG.
Kesnet trolling that round really might cost
Are they
Crew.
beginning to believe? We're seeing
Seems
the
so
last couple of
disappointed.
rounds, some big shots being hit by EG.
I mean, Crook
players.
should win this game fucking
Snappy
easy,
shots
but
as well.
they're not going to because they're not that
2K
good.
spray down. That's a nice flick from Superman. Followed up by a great Guardian shot.
Like, Crew are a team
At
that
the end here by
has a
Derek too.
massive cap on their ceiling because
Mena was talking about the fact that she feels this
of the
match
way that they
descends
play and who
somewhat
they are.
into deathmatch at times.
Oh yeah.
But if you're able to hit, maybe it was just a slow beginning for EG.
Question of the confidence.
Apot's bought an outlaw here, Brent.
Could do some damage.
I mean, EG need to win 8
Certainly
at
if
least,
Crew
I
go
would have
exploring,
thought. But then
he's
again, it is
watching over
Crew, who are
towards the
probably
B
just going
side
to
of the map.
fucking blitz on through A a lot.
A lot of teams been experimenting with the outlaw a bit more recently.
Yeah, they have. And Crew have certainly been a team that's been pushing on defense. They've walked out elbow. I mean, they tried to do it on the pistol, on round 3 as well. Seems like a sensible idea for Apot.
For Crew, just to gamble stack onto the B site. The A is going to be where EG looking to land. Flash through with a drone. All comboed up, making sure they clear the corners here. So Jorg,
Okay,
Dash
just,
just about fading. Second wave of that util now with a dart. So
Yeah,
they
exactly.
really do
Get
have
the
a lot of
spike
peace of
down.
mind.
Really no
They
chance
pick
for
the
Crew
right
in this
site.
one. Shouldn't be.
Corner Superman doesn't die there. That's 145. Sheriff shot straight to the cranium, and the martial shots following through. And now they are quickly approaching
Snake
his
bite?
position. Dart. It's got to be broken. Derek's there, making sure that he can cover for this one with a jump spot. They thought he was already out of the position and out of the fray of the fight.
And then he chops down and gets another 2 kills. Fucking hell, Crew, you just got fucking played. Any ear users? I mean, they're laughing about it because it's like, what the fuck are they doing? You've got people in mid who could see if he's there or not. Like, that's the thing. Crew can't even fucking talk to each other. Wait, Jordan was playing without glasses? No wonder they're fucking losing.
I don't know if I catch this. He's like, oh, hello. Oh, hello. That's excellent.
Superman and Derek keep hitting, and we really are going to have a challenge for Crew.
They don't
Kesnet
main
picked up
ears.
the operator here,
Yeah,
looking
that's
to try
tough.
to take this angle down halls.
Or
compositions that are on
tongues
the
and mouths, apparently. Wow.
That is aggressive. That's a spike drop down as well. I mean, Jordan might have that one into his hands. Hunter's Fury is going to be used, but that's really to no avail.
Nature just TPs onto site with no one having the spike.
Oh, no.
Just walk through his own spawn.
Lurk kill is being caught. Apop just going walkabouts into mid. Kesnet they're going to fight straight to them there, but a dash eventually going out. And a shot dart is
Jesus
going to be
Christ.
forcing the fight out into the open. Last player left is Superman. No chance there. What a rapid end to the round.
Yeah, fast beginning, fast ending.
Yeah.
Jail Val?
Not afraid of making enemies.
Jail Val or just...
So as quickly as things looked like they were going well for EG,
I don't even know.
They've let it slip again. It's an early round play. There's a lot that you can do with the Astra.
Just
You can
literally
run
don't
slow
care,
rounds
don't
where
give a fuck.
the
Well,
smokes allow
is
you
what
to
I would
look
call it.
balls
Yeah,
and
bullying.
create a lot of pressure on the sides. But you can also try to do these fast rounds where a recon dart, a pull, a stun, something like that sets up Jorg for
Like, Crew are literally playing as if they're playing against 5 versions of me.
and a great shot from Heat.
Yeah.
For anyone who's unaware too, Heat had never played Initiator before joining Crew. He'd only played Duelist. And he was in a spot where his reputation was not
Another
in the
AXA?
greatest of positions, considering the weird way in which things ended on MIBR last season.
Yeah, the rumors that were circling around him.
So the fact that he's just instantly come out looking amazing on these Initiator picks and firing as if he was a Duelist.
Especially so, given that other players have attempted the same. They haven't quite come up with the goods there, but this is a fight and a push now in towards the A side. Again, there's been given up a lot of ground for the front section of
Who's
it.
playing
Hunter's
against
Fury
Shaq?
didn't do enough to push back that plant, but Kesnet straight into the fight. Look at that with the updraft. Doesn't choose to just try and take the fights towards him. This time, there's that raw gunplay. Outwork! He's right behind him, the right click missing! Bailed out by Heat!
What has even happened in Pacific last night?
Left to do the work here
we can
for
just stick it.
EG, but there's really no chance to get them off that one. Full diffuser.
Holy. Joey with the 50 bits.
Unbelievable pace with Crew.
What happened in Pacific? Well, Araki played with a sub and looked awful. And Paper Rex also looked awful and Team Secret looked pretty good.
in theory, the EG post plant should be quite potent. They have the potential of running Viper post plant. They have a pull on the spike as well.
Yeah, they have so many tools.
They should be able to buy time for either those to win the round or those to buy time for post plant. Lurk plays.
Oh, dearie me.
Idea. And yet, once
Kill
more,
me.
their inability to rifle really allowing Crew to bulldoze over them.
What's that one landing? Maybe the choke? Oh, breaking the cam.
That's awesome.
That's a cool one. That is a cool one.
Plenty
Okay.
of cam spots, though, for Shy to be able to use.
Just to break the one that watches, though, for the nest cross, right? It's common enough. Look at that updraft trip. I mean, that is purely to punish Jorgamo when he goes to this updraft dash, which he's been going for consistently.
He's not going to this time, though. Jorg taking an explore through halls. He's
The only
become
trip
the
there,
lurker.
though.
They're making this
Trying
feel
to
like
fake it with the Yoru.
We need a few Asher stars in through the back of the sides.
So they come into mid.
Not really too much more danger towards this. Apoff, he's
Okay.
taking fights.
Big
and
first
Liberty's
kill.
up through the gut of Breeze. Same with Jorgamo.
And it's that shock dart at the beginning that allows
Oh,
Apoff
had
to
to
do
get
that.
that.
Thought the shot was good there from Kesnet.
Had to get one of them.
Lot
Fucking hell.
whiffage going on. Kesnet
Bro, if you
now,
can't aim.
he's being squeezed slowly but surely here. Plenty of players now approaching the position, trying to watch for that one.
trade.
Superman, just the back being caught, but eventually the trade. Apoff now, extra layer, scrutiny applied. Meltzer so damn aware, recognizing that could be a possibility. Jorgamo though, needs to get the hell out of there with the dash now active. Did get this one kill, and he is back through main. Oh,
What's he doing trying to
Greedy,
get enough?
picking him up, opens it up to the angle. Shy removes him. 2 versus 2. Meltzer takes out Derek Nature. Last one left and no shot, no chance for him.
These more supportive players on Crew are turning up.
Yeah.
We've seen Melzer win rounds for them multiple times. He said he felt more confident now that he's given up the reins of the IGL for the squad. He said he felt better about his own individual play, not having to control the reins of Crew.
Spike planted.
But yeah, that is a weird decision from Jorg. He only just got his second kill of the map. And then just kind of opened himself up to getting punished again.
They're so willing to give EG access to the front section of A.
Yeah, that's
all
a
these
that's
sites and
a
just
that's a
trying to flood
candidate.
players in.
Yeah.
The worst of the week. That's a timeout. What round was it?
Their retakes.
And the thing is, normally you can't play that quick on the floods every time because you're
I mean,
at the
like
risk,
Round
the
8.
risk of sounding obvious, when Valorant, you're supposed to stand still when you shoot, when you're playing Valorant. So if you just hold W at your opponents the entire time, they're going to be able to find really easy angles to punish you doing that.
Not just that, the map's massive. Rotation times are increased for the defensive players.
Sure, but Crew, I think, are playing the macro well enough that there are a lot of players in the backside of A, but
Yeah.
normally people are going to be cautious as they scale back up to get into retake positions, whereas Crew are just running at them. And then
End
once
up with
they
a top 10
notice
for
an
West
EG
round.
player, they're like, oh yeah, let me stop and just
Yeah,
kill this guy
probably.
real quick.
Probably.
There isn't really
look
that
easy.
threat. You need to put a little bit of trepidation into the way that Crew play in order to give yourself more time for the post-plant utility to really work. So, again, to me, it comes down to hitting shots. We have seen some big rounds from Superman and Derek earlier on. Nature 2 with his double spray down. We need to see more of it. At the moment, Crew, it's just a quantity of rifling that they're winning. Have you got a shock dart for that one?
Unlikely. Pit as well being set up.
Pin me main.
It's just a clone that's been sent flying forwards.
One day, Brent, we are going to get the fake clone play of a lifetime in pro matches.
Yeah, I mean,
Someone is going to walk through a pit and just
maybe today.
donk walk their way through a trip as
Maybe
well.
today. I mean, Nature shouldn't do it now. You only get the one clone if he's been tracking it. It's like, wait a second.
One day, though.
Actually gonna go for this TP backside.
Here. And so Meltzer
Sees it's a fake.
does have the safety at least playing inside of his pit. Shy as well now to collect these kills to the crossfire. Sediment Clarks are so fast with him, making sure that they've got that crossfire there.
A nice idea with the mid to be on the eco round for EG, but Jorg again not really finding those opportunities to take the fights or win the fights. Not at the tip of the spear.
Fuck me.
That's what you would have liked to see in that situation, I think, is, you know, have some kind of idea of flooding out through that Viper orb. Jorg instead is going to try to take a fight over on A.
The flash and dash. It's just using the left click to the knives.
It ain't there today.
Yeah, it's really not. Just can't quite hit that shot. So Heat and Kesner still kicking. Still
Jesus Christ. Do I think Yoru's better than Jet and Breeze? Yeah.
Really getting their footing in this map.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Opportunities there for EG to find an opening in the round despite their weaker buy.
What the fuck is that anyway? Kuma, thanks for 50 bits.
I love Evil Pooh featuring J0GAM0, App0TH, Sup0 Men, D0RR0 Kane Dan 02.
Gotta find it though. If
They've got
EG
some
want a chance
kills.
of being able to win this series still. Crew are running away with it. Cypher setup has moved over to the other side of the map, mostly on A to play with Malza.
So Jorg gets himself an off that he was desperate to pick up before when he costed them around.
So Melzer gets that info and backs away.
Might be setting up here for a Cosmic Divide A split into Superman pitting the left side of Pyramids.
Very specific, but...
Got that cam to worry about.
Yeah, the cam and the trips as well.
Yeah, but if they're scaling left side of Pyramids, they might not hit that kill trip. That's going to be the left side of Pyramids from the attacker's perspective is generally where you get the better Viper's Pit.
Do that horse control, clone. Has to get broken now. Where now? Surely his main player's shot. Missing, going wide. Just trying to exit and flood out of that position onto the high ground. And Derek is really just getting a move on the Ferrari peak and swing shot. Missing from Jorgamo. 2 versus 3. Being bogged down by Order Cypher utility. And your position is swarmed. It's noted.
Kesnet in main.
Strategy. We're waiting for the fuel of this wall up, but it's about to fade away. And guess what? Kesnet on this flank.
They're not going to plant once the wall's down.
Out. Activating the dash, spotting the one, takes it away. Got to know where the second one is at this point. And yeah, Superman, well, he does win his one. Spike's been dropped down. He's got 2 players to deal with here. Doubled up. High-low has to be a miraculous entry from him, but will not be the case. So 7-3 now.
Okay, crew, win this.
I'm sorry, you can't persuade me that EG genuinely thought that was their best way of winning a round. To walk Jorg out with the attack side up through a smoke in A main and just hope he hits the shot and then walk through this one as well. The timing's off between their A main and their switch players too. There's no ults invested, no real util pressure. It just looks a mess today from Evil Geniuses.
Yep. That is awful. What? I fucking add that to the list. Round 10.
And that setup, I mean, the flash was beautiful. Luckily, Nature having that gate crash to get the hell out of there. Now, drifting
and then on the eco, they decided, fuck it, yeah, let's use our fucking aura.
Shock darts. Allowing them to get entry into.
Guys, you can win the fucking buy rounds too.
We've seen Crew be very aggressive on the retakes before, right? And so, how does EG slow them down for long enough?
Yeah, full sprinting through this one. I mean, it's a pop flash play with trying to get Heat to lead the charge here. His ult fading away. He's got 2 just spraying him down, but he is dropped down to his knees, getting that information for the rest of the team. I believe there'll be a res inside, but there is a player next to him here. Derek is being pressured from all sorts. Oh, does a snake bite.
Wow, that's crazy by Derek.
That one. He is just feeling that heat and finally dropping down. A noise cue giving Shide a perfect opportunity and window for it. Res online, 1 player back and kicking now. Just 1 left to stand. It's Ape off. Miles away. Neurofef reveals
all these
position.
ults.
Yes, they've got the pull, but it's blocking it. Perfection with the movement. I mean, Crew are flexing on them.
That's so good.
It's been a long time since we've seen something like that being pulled off.
Yeah, the idea is old, but the execution, you very rarely see it actually work.
Yeah.
Plenty of times we've seen teams go for it, but lovely one. Listen, try and pull it off in your rank games. It's more difficult than it looks. It's really easy to just let the diffuser slide past
Look at this again. Yeah, look at it. Watching him.
Yeah, body blocking to make sure that they don't leave that diameter where you can diffuse inside of. Excellent. Like you said, just styling on him. Rifles back online for the final round of this half. But Potter's hopes that the attack side would do something
just
different
walking down.
I think have come to naught.
No way. Kesnet.
Okay.
What is he up to?
All right, another first pick for EG.
They got a kill.
You have your 5v4. You're not in a bad position. There is no compensation.
Crew fully rotate across.
They didn't get great info. They didn't insert a player. So it's just a straight up player advantage. How do you convert?
Trying on the opposite end of the map. Playing well away from the rest of his setup. In fact, B is entirely open. Of course, we know that. There's so much more caution here for
Drone
EG.
coming out A main.
Apoth just got another star online, so he can still seek to use one to help the rest of his team. They are really making sure that they can hit this site.
Yeah. I mean, that's a full committal. Hunter's Fury gets expended just for that site.
They'll have the Viper's Pit. Why is our fucking Viper planting?
As well, so they don't have that to stop the retake from coming through.
Reveal, Derek. Just playing that post plan just from that wide angle. Look at how fast KRU are, man. Just following all those sound cues out of pit. It's got to be their last line of defense, really. It's got to be the way that they win this round out. Jorgamo to defend his appropriate angles here. Superman
Lurk not really doing much.
He's got to stay alive. They're spamming away in every position here. This time, EG.
They eventually get it.
What with those goods?
Hey, 8-4, EG won. No, they didn't win pistol. They won. They won like 3-4-5.
They'll take anything at this point.
They
And then got destroyed.
They hit the site.
But that should be their better
And
side.
they had nature defend them. They still had Apoth on a really late post-blank lurk as well. But another spray down from nature.
Yeah.
I get these moments. They've been few. They've been far between. EG need to pick it up if they've got a chance of still winning the series.
Absolutely. Well, Liz is down in the crowd with some very passionate super fans.
Enough! Thank you. All right. Hello, I'm here with some KRU super fans. If you couldn't tell, do you guys like KRU? Yeah! What was that? My KRU Panda! All right, I have to ask, who's everyone's favorite member of KRU?
Shy.
Why Shy?
He's shy.
I would have to agree. What about you?
I have to say Melzer.
Why?
He's the closest up for the team all the time.
All right, what's your favorite thing about KRU as a whole?
Shy.
What about you? You're not rooting for NA team. You were here for Sentinels a couple weeks ago, I remember.
Yeah, I was there, I think, like, end of or beginning of March or something like that. But at the end of the day, KRU is where I bleed, bro.
KRU is where you bleed. Why don't you root for EG?
Listen, I respect Potter a lot, I respect Jaw a lot, but ever since this guy I became friends with this guy, had to support KRU all the way.
Oh, so you've been influenced.
I mean, I guess you can say that, but I feel like...
How did this happen? How did this happen?
LCQ.
LCQ! Oh my god, but you guys met here?
Yeah, we met here. We had that huge group out there, and I just met all these guys, and we just vibe each other.
We just loved his energy so much, and we're just like, we gotta join this guy chanting through. And hey, they made it through and made it the champ, so...
Yes. Now I have to ask you, KRU has definitely seen like a transformation from kickoff until now. What is it like seeing the KRU perform the way they are now?
It's been insane, considering just how they were last year. Making it that run to champs is really, really cool. So seeing them doing really well now is just a lot of fun.
Why is the halftime break so long? I swear it's only a minute in the other region, and it's not in EMEA at all.
Vamos KRU and Brennan Sideshow. Please take the game back. I can't hear. Is it going back? Hello?
The Vamos, man. I love it. I love it. I mean, KRU, this is a team that, yeah, they had doubters last year. This time they've stepped up massively. And the question is, Josh, are they going to go on a run?
You know, this time I think they are.
Okay.
I think listen, you can't doubt what this team is putting together. They still
Here we go,
have to
KRU.
face against
Any late lurks? No.
And then they're
What
gonna
are
be
you
playing
doing
against
against this comp?
LEV,
Oh, we're just
but
gonna
at the
fucking
moment,
send
the
it
way
B.
that they're playing,
Fucking
it just
watch
looks
us.
Superb. It's Apoth to hold them back on this pistol round. They are in so quick.
Does have the backup as well, at least the Euro.
Like Daw breakers?
Deep into the Kesnet.
It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming, man. I mean, this entire site just looking like his playground.
You have to play fast. You have to have enough skill to be able to match them. And you have to make sure that your ideas are flawless, because otherwise KRU are going to pick holes in them.
Can they plant the spike, though?
Just picking the right pause into the round as well. Look at that, just waiting for Melzer to get the fuel back up so they can get the cross safely and get the plant online. Now drops down, taking a fight, dash forwards by Jorg.
I don't think that was intentional.
That was not intention. I mean, it's not at all. KRU, pistol
GG.
round.
KRU genuinely play like a ranked game.
Yeah, to bring back to that conversation topic that we were really just leading into this half. KRU.
And don't matter.
What's the ceiling?
That's the question, right? What is the ceiling of this team? They're upcoming matches that they've got are going to be hard ones. They're going to be tested, no doubt. But this is a crew that feels very different. You know, it's the raw firepower revolving around a player like Kesnet. Everybody else can also deliver.
To a combo too. Thanks for the 50 bits.
Yeah.
What in the holy Dorjimo?
We're talking about them being like a new, rejuvenated team, but you've got to remember Crew for quite a while were the top team in the LATAM region.
This is tough.
And not just that, they were one of the only ever
It's tough.
teams to beat Loud when Loud were on top of the world. Who do they play against next? I believe it's Loud coming up. So they've already done it in the past.
Crew
with the
Loud.
core of this
God,
roster.
imagine
Yeah, without,
Crew might beat them.
without some of the pieces involved. But they've proven before that they are capable of hanging with some of the best squads in the world when they're playing
Okay,
well.
EG know where they're going.
I do think that there's some idea that, oh, it's the same 0-9 crew.
Run through their own fucking wall, of course they do.
Do too much, but are you watching?
They get punished.
They'll certainly just trying to get away
Sorry with the
this
bad
side
luck.
here, but yeah, I mean, Crew, difference maker. Fights taken together by the EG players. Not enough.
Well, lucky the EG didn't have guns that round.
You're right. This Crew is very different with the confidence behind them now. A couple of wins under their belt in stage 1. It's a different beginning, and that can make all the difference in the world.
Oh,
right? When you
EG
head
don't
into
have a
regular
fucking chance
season,
against Sentinels.
You got that win under their belt relatively early, all things considered. So,
I mean, again, anyone who picked EG for this game
already doing well, which is
just wasn't watching the fucking game.
Play from Klaus of his calling, just being so damn good,
Like,
to be
'cause
honest. And they're a team that you can't.
They were just gonna
dare I say,
out-aim
really
them.
anti-strat. I mean, you can know that they try and set up Kesnet to success, but you can know that, but it's one thing to deal with it.
Let's have a look at their game plan here again. It's another fast play, flash recon to try and allow Kesnet to get that open duel.
Fearless. Look at him. He's jumping past all this utility. Not a care in the world as a drone to try and set this one up, but Jorgamo escaped that angle, the vision of it. They just didn't quite catch it on, and so it does put down his adversary. Finally, Hunter's Fury won't
Crew rotate at all?
through the back of the side,
Nope.
but you can't let this one go. Not now, EG.
Try finds a
So
lurk
maybe
kill.
approach in open bodies and angles here. Surely you take these fights, and surely you win them out. Jorg, his position noted and eventually dealt with. The Crew that really are just working with not too much at all. Lovely shot.
Spike down A.
They know that Shy was here. They know Shy's already got a kill from this position. They just didn't expect him to still be there, I assume.
Yeah. Well, Apov.
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
Down here, Derek. Left towards it.
I picked TG cause I thought Potter would trust me and put deadlock on every map.
How the fuck do you let him win a 1v2 where you know where he is? All you gotta do is just not fight. What the fuck are they doing?
Sorry, it hasn't been there for them in the clutch. He's trying the best he can. When he's left alive in the 1v2,
Akuma, I picked EG because I thought Potter would trust
offering them lifelines.
me and cook deadlock on every map. Well, you're stupid. Thinking about Soul Dead, thanks for 100 bits.
TMV suddenly gets approached by a Valorant team that tried to poach. He will be a very good coach. Did he play Valorant like Cockroach?
Why always the little
where he has his
poetry?
Fury to try to put more pressure onto Crew as they enter a site or go for a plan.
I don't play like a cockroach. I mean, I do play pretty... I'm not a confidence-based player. I don't play like Kesnet, let's put it that way.
Bit of a breather maybe into somebody's
I'm more of a...
nice and slow.
Play to your outs.
High-low setup at the start of the round there
You know,
in case it was a fast B push.
Expected value kind of play.
And now Jorg.
Which honestly in ranks works very
So
well.
they go from the high-low on B to double facing to clear. Good team play between EG.
Tag, Dario to Hunter's Fury. See if he can sniff it out. Nature. It's lovely, just tracking that one. Still, Jorg did go down. A little bit of pride there to Klaus. Three players now making their way forward. Superman into this position, just tucked. Unaware of really his position at
We're gonna just see a repeat of the last half where Crew kind of just troll for the start and then...
See if he can make anything of the moment. Spike drop down.
They lose a bad clutch to Derek, they then lose the next one.
Jiggling Superman. There was no one else to really follow up onto that one. Derek tucking his head now. Needs to wait for Apov to get back into the fight. He is onto that high ground position.
Seen them
high
both.
ground angle. He's been afforded a lot of liberties.
Yes, EG have been losing player advantage situations, but not in this kind of fashion.
Almost there with the reaction flick as well. The shots they need to hit, and God almighty. You've got to believe as well when it takes that long to take him out. There could have been a chance for Heat.
Look sullen and ill. I mean, I am sullen and ill. I'm very tired. Very tired, ill.
The first eco I can
Just
remember
in general,
taking.
I don't know.
There was one in the second half.
So it's been a lingering illness, this one.
But the weaponry is not going to be great here for our attack side team. Thanks to some good ideas from EG. I especially like that duo play between the two players actually at the bottom of the scoreboard.
Can we wrap this up, crew? I mean, they're just doing what they did last half, right? Like, we lose the bonus that we probably should win. Then we lose the next round, then we lose this eco, and then they win pretty much every other round.
Path forward for the only player with the Guardian on crew.
Kesnet forcing into it. Standard 250 credits, so
I think he's pretty confident he can get his Blade Storm up for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, 3 orbs away. All it takes is a kill. There's going to be one away for it. Nice peek with the drone. So, put into punishment now. Onto these players. The crew. Just
there's a fucking jet gun.
You lose the game. It's an FPS game.
It's good that EG are closing out the rounds that they should be winning.
Absolutely. Because that was a massive problem for them earlier on in this series.
Yeah.
They were losing the anti-ecos, but they were also losing the player advantage spots too. There's a long way back.
We've got to take it one round at a time.
Okay, we take a timeout.
Timeout.
I do wonder. So yeah, this what happened before, no? Take a timeout because they're playing shit.
Kesnet's economy.
Against this kind of comp.
We said
Playing the normal
kill
comp.
a death and you'd be one away.
But orb and
he only
door.
got the death. So now
Put
he's
the
2
B
away.
wall up.
Does he go for
and try and pinch on mid from both sides.
Do you try to drop him a rifle and somebody
Is that a
else
good
plays
idea?
with inferior
I think so.
weaponry
Or
on
putting
this
the
map?
orb in
And on top of all of that,
tube and
how do you
walking
work
up
around what
walls.
EG are doing? Because they're looking for aggressive peaks.
Pinch on this guy on
What
A
we've seen
whilst
from
you take
EG
the ult
is,
orb in.
at the beginning
Pinch
of the
this
round,
guy
the
in
first
mid,
10
sorry, whilst you take the
They
ult
have
orb A.
setups to wait for crew to do a fast hit.
Yeah.
And as soon as
The
they know
orb
that
there,
crew
they're
are
going to be
not
worried
going
about some
for
kind
an
of B hit,
immediate
maybe.
fast
Try and
exec,
destroy the trips.
then they have some other tools in the arsenal. Either
You get shot. You lose the round. You lose
Catch
the
a
game.
vibe.
It's an
Thanks for the
FPS
9
game.
months.
off the back of some initiative.
Timeout.
Something
Timeout.
like that. To try to
Did I
regain
miss
the
someone
space that
saying
they've been
something?
forced to give up.
I mean, you have to be proactive with the CG comp.
Killer Angel, thanks for the 10
Don't
months.
have that,
See,
the
good thing I
passive map
looked.
control. No,
Good
the
thing I
Sentinel.
checked.
You've got to try and make plays for that, just to get the mid-round information.
Program do I
Spot
use
out
to
where
route a
Crew could
screen?
be.
Epic
And the slower
pen.
that crew play, the more they might be able
Do
to
they
bait
steal your
EG into
data?
making defensive,
Yes.
aggressive plays.
Do you have to use fucking
And then they
Task
can
Manager to
maybe
close
aim
it?
to punish them.
Also, yes.
A full B retake setup from EG here?
In fact, they've got, look at
Whoa.
players down halls watching.
Yeah.
I mean, are they reading off the back of this timeout that Crew are going to
Did
try
we
and
see
punish
them all?
maybe the fact that they don't have a Sentinel?
If he saw 3
Player
people here,
looking
they
up
should
towards
be
halls. Now we
fucking
know-
running.
I mean, Crew want nothing to do with this.
I mean, they've read the defensive setup perfectly. Either that, or it's just a gamble that's worked out exactly as they would like. And yeah, they have no clue that EG are playing full retake, because otherwise you would have tried to save that ultimate for Heat. But they're going to get the full B site, be able to get themselves into a post-pan situation.
You have to spike. Keep.
And this is where we get to see EG's confidence. They were super confident to play B
Five
for
for fit.
retake. That's probably because they've got Nature's ult to scout positions, and they have a Cosmic Divide. Mel's is going to find it tough to stay alive inside that pit.
But here it is, ults offloaded, Nature. Vengeful Drift going to be picking them out, the Cosmic Divide as well, to try and get them access and into the side here. But EG, what do they follow through? Well, they do deal with Shy. He was caught. Off onto the flank now. Pull is good as well. Kesner's position noted. Occupied. Giacomo coming alive. Right when the team needed it, but just looking around and away. Klaus, can he collect and find his moment and his time?
But they were lost there, Crew. Crew were fucking. Crew with the fucking Mr. Krabs beam. Get that in the fucking chat. Whatever that is.
Round from Jorg. That's the first time I think I've been able to say it this match. But he's finally got that moment under him where he's able to take control of a round. I thought we were going to see something really interesting with the Cosmic Divide Yoru ultimate. Wasn't too much going on there. Nature just used it to get a little bit of information path into
Mr. Krabs
B-Man
spin.
and come out of it.
Yeah, that was
Set up
Crew.
that pinch for the retake that we saw Crew going for as well. But they are bringing this close. 4 rounds in a row now put us within 2 in the score. And this one, an eco for Crew again.
Jorgmon's got the op here onto this angle, but he is going to be flashed off of it early. I'm curious.
We're back on an eco.
Playing anti-flash. Going for the peek. No, the flash disconnects, and so it forces him to use that dash earlier than he wanted.
Don't destroy the
Did
recon.
though.
You see?
Respect it once he sees the bodies here, but Kesnet earns up his knives just from the orb. Oh, we're going for a re-peek. Oh, missing it.
Wow, were they trying to bait that with like, oh, we're gonna
shot.
put a smoke here, or we're gonna recall this, and then you don't? Either way, it kind of primes them that the peak is coming, whether they recall it or not.
From Shy, so it's difficult for him to go much further.
Surely they hear this one though with the sound cues. Maybe, surely some punishment. No, oh, no way!
Wow, Superman saves him.
I mean, the danger there was Kesnet just ready to strike, and now...
And she comes behind them. I mean, I did say Crew would struggle against this kind of comp because of the way that they play. Because they just, macro-wise, just aren't very small. Like, this is a really easy comp to play against, right? It's fucking easy. They have no info.
Yeah. By virtue of that kill from Superman over the top of a Viper wall, I think, as well.
Josh, I'll never underestimate, I think, our ability to curse a team. We were talking about Crew going on a run, and since then, 5 straight rounds for EG.
I take no responsibility.
You don't?
Spike down mid.
You've been the culprit.
Listen, I believe them, they lose. I don't believe in them, they win. What?
Yeah, you can't win.
Well, my hands are tied.
You cannot win. This is quite aggressive now. Really trying to force this pace, nature. What the hell are you doing there?
Where's Jorg? I mean, he's right behind them. Updraft dash into the back of the window. This is a half-baked idea at best, man. Still, damage done. Rifle out. Will he survive? Not for long.
It's the double face. I don't know.
I swear he got stunned by his own Astra there as well, did he?
No.
The reflank?
The not dealt with at all. I mean, Derek's been tagged up as well. They pushed up all the way through.
Wow.
Behind them. The repeat of Derek eventually brought down Heat, shutting it down.
Oh, it's fucking chaos round, wasn't it?
Don't ask me what the hell happened.
Well, EG pulled something out of the playbook there. A set strat, I think, although EG have been known to pull those kind of ones on the fly last year. But that to me looked like something that they cooked up before.
That's crazy.
The problem is, that idea is to, I think, catch the lurker.
Yeah.
Assuming that they would be running some kind of default that was leaning over towards the A side or mid.
Right.
You've got Jorgamo going into window.
And EG take a timeout. I think the timeout is good for Crew, honestly, as well.
For a player hiding there. And that's synced up with somebody pushing out through B. The problem is Crew chose that one round to all be stacked up. And just go B.
Yeah.
Crew have not really been going for fast execs. Do you remember what we were talking about earlier? EG have been set up, ready to defend against fast plays. They tried some like fast A main takes, but they haven't really been doing a fast B exec. And the one time they go for it, yeah, that's scuppered EG's plans.
I mean, if you are wondering how do you play against EG's comp,
Crew have now got
you want to go for a really slow, like, passive default, in my opinion.
still going to be an
For probably the first, like, 30. Make sure that their Yoru TP isn't where they want it to be, right? Make sure that whatever Yoru TP they put down initially, it's not there. So if they wanted to stack A and then TP back to B or the other way around, whatever, make sure it's not there. Make sure that they aren't pushing anywhere too aggressive, right? Make sure that they haven't got control of anything too much. Right? So you're just watching for these areas that have they pushed or not. And if the answer is no,
this looks like fast B
then again, go Yoru TP.
Surely not. So clones the drone. In for the cage. Nature's trying to dominate the angle, but it's too much to watch for. So Heat decides to take the fight straight to him anyway. A pit, lay it down as a bit of a reaction. This is to try and stunt that push in case it was explosive off the back of it.
And honestly, this is fine for Crew. They've got themselves into a 5v4, early pick on the Yoru, and they're playing against a team that doesn't have any Sentinel utility. There are just so many gaps around the map here. Derek needs to trust Superman at some point and just, you know, go and hold something else.
Walls up, blocks off that sideline, so now he doesn't realize at least that there's Crew players walking all the way through. Dart, let's get the one tag eventually broken, sees him. Hunter's Fury, it's going to be used as well. Derek dodging, ducking, weaving, seeking to evade the damage, but one tag onto him. He's down to 70 health, and now he's going to land some kills, and look at the noise cues. He doesn't know which way to look.
Well,
overwhelmed.
it's probably a save now for EG.
A great take from Crew.
Well, it's probably a save of
Perfect
this.
pause in the round after going up 5v4. They take mid, which is an area that EG have found to be quite weak. And now they're going to want to hunt. And look at them already.
Don't really get the call though. The aggressive B play, and when it goes fucking shit, we'll pit behind it.
Yeah. If you take
Don't really understand.
It's going to make a big difference to your chances of
I feel
winning.
like you'd actually be better pitting Hey, I mean, that would have been a cool play if they pitted like this.
Is also 2 away
and then
from getting up to a major attack.
Dart flashed out of it.
When you're not playing against the Cypher
with the clone, no, that would have been a surprise.
It doesn't make as big of a difference. It's not a pure win con getting the null command online. You know, teams are fairly good at setting up anti-KO setups anyway.
Okay, 3 chances, crew.
It doesn't look like either of the EG players are going to drop here. They've got themselves into fairly safe spots, but crew now 1 round away from putting this to bed.
A little burst as well of quickness. Just unanticipated, really, from nature. No which angle to watch, you can feel it settling onto the faces of the few EG players. That this is it now, the turning point. Crew, 1 more round will do it.
They're set up to try to control any B.
They're gonna fake this B aggro from short.
Actually, still
almost there, so
it's not as heavy a commitment, but it's the same kind of setup.
Nature, just missing it. Not sure if they spotted him either, but
I think they must have done, surely.
Yeah. Well, now deciding to just go straight into the B exec. Does need some supportive util, needs some help. ASAP, Nature forwards. He tried to flush himself into it. Gets blinded up, another flash as well to try and play forwards. It's such a wide face and tucked to the side. Crew, they've got the bodies now. They got the advantage, and the site is entirely theirs. Plant down into the post. Jorg moving up. He needs to hit some absolutely ridiculous shots. The rest of EG2, where that came from here. Walls up.
I genuinely think crew seeing an op might help them.
Which they're gonna do now. Missing that one. The Dart tagging them up. This is it. Dropping like flies. EG made a damn good show of things, a damn good chance of things. Derek, a final hurrah. It's the Hunter's Fury that has to be counted because he knows that they are approaching.
Okay, GG, good. Don't prolong my suffering.
That is so damn clean.
A small streak of rounds from EG, the only resistance in an otherwise resounding victory for crew. We talked about it last year in 2023. This was the turning point for EG.
Yeah.
Week 3 regular season, they got a 2-1 victory over crew, and it sparked that upward rise. But the wins against crew are no longer free. This is a squad that isn't just going to make the game.
Will crew be loud? Honestly, possible. Given the way loud looked. Possible.
Can crew go on a run right now? It looks more and more likely. Who's going to put a stop to them? The biggest challenges and tests are upcoming, really, into this Super Week. I believe, like we've been mentioning, it's Loud who's going to be coming up next for them. But Loud are also going to be feeling the pressure. I mean, that's a team that's starting down 2 matches so far in the first split.
Absolutely. I don't think Loud are looking great in that matchup, to be honest with you. I think the crew have got some hitters on their roster. And they've got some nice ideas. The momentum is there. And the belief as well, the belief and the confidence. 2 things that they could never really get on their side last year because everything was going there against them at the final moments. We saw so many close maps. They couldn't get a single match win over the line until LCQ. Even kickoff wasn't that great for them, but now crew are really here to play.
In its purest form, I mean, Valorant really does boil it down to just, you get shot, you die, and the entirety of crew, man.
Look at Brent, just fucking self-referential, self-pleasuring fucking...
They don't lack confidence whatsoever. They've been calling the right pauses. Klaus is calling. His macro calling, I think, we've been dead impressed with. Been singing the praise of it. There's nothing fancy, but it doesn't need to be, honestly. The simplest game plans are often the best ones when it comes to the execution of them.
And so far, we haven't actually seen crew go up against a team.
The next game, though, that'll be good.
Simple stuff. You know, at some point, we are probably going to see crew facing up against a top team, whether it be Loud, whether it be Leviathan, whether it be somebody in the playoffs, maybe.
Yeah.
We are going to see a match where crew are matched pound for pound in the individuals, and then we'll see the next layer of, are the game plans good enough? Are they creative enough? Do they have what it takes in their core?
Or are they a gatekeeper team?
Yeah, but at the moment, it's so tough to tell because they're just smoking people in matches like this.
They're looking good. They're looking largely in charge and well on their way. I mean,
Minecraft Steve fit?
For them, I think, as well. Up now.
It is a bit Minecraft Steve. Especially when Brent's got this fucking cool jacket.
It's actually a massive deal in terms of the
long term. Whatever this is.
They're going to go 9-0.
They're going to go 9-0.
No,
there's not that many matches in Split 1.
I'm not going to put my reputation on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
what
crazy.
Shreds of it are left.
Your reputation? Yeah, what's your reputation? That you have the worst fucking takes of all time.
And I'm here with
as soon as you say one thing, the other happens.
From Crew Visa. You guys aren't nearly as loud as you were score 2 seconds ago. And also here with Dryad, who'll be translating for me. Congratulations on a great map. The first thing I have to ask you is about Klaus calling. Does that enable you to frag out more?
La primera pregunta que tienes acerca de Klaus siendo el IGL, ¿eso te permite conseguir más eliminaciones?
Sí, obvio. Siempre Klaus fue un IGL.
Why not just have Dryad do the
desde antes IGLeando. Y yo era un player que no era IGL, me tuve que adaptar al equipo, entonces se naturalizó más el juego cambiando los roles.
He says, yes, obviously Klaus is an IGL natural since the beginning, and when they changed roles, when Melser was the IGL, it was something that came a little bit less natural, so coming Klaus, it definitely allows them to frag more.
Do you feel more comfortable now that you're not calling?
That would be too
¿Te
easy.
sientes más cómodo ahora que no estás haciendo el IGL?
Sí, obviamente. Es lo que yo estaba haciendo antes, desde mi equipo anterior. Entonces siento que puedo desarrollarme más en mi juego al no estar preocupado de otro trabajo.
He says, yes, obviously he can develop his own gameplay a lot more now that he's not taking care of everything else.
Now, the big talk about KRU is how much you have improved, and you're in the conversation to make Shanghai. Do you think KRU Visa, in the form they are currently, can qualify to Shanghai?
Una de las cosas que es el tema de conversación ahorita es KRU y la forma en la que vienen. ¿Crees que KRU es tema de conversación para clasificar a Shanghai ahorita?
Yo creo que sí. Creo que
Sí.
pasamos de ser un equipo bueno, perdedor a ser uno ganador. Creo que
As if
estamos
they're gonna
trabajando
fucking
mucho
say
más
no.
duro y que también cambiamos roles para que
No.
fuéramos más eficientes, como el cambio de IGL y la
We are not
incorporación de
good.
He's saying yes, they went from a losing team to a winning team, and they changed a lot of things like the IGLing role to make it happen, and also change roles inside of the game to get those wins. They're working a lot harder, and also the incorporation of Heat is helping a lot.
Yes, well, gracias and congratulations. Everyone give it up for Melser one more time. An incredible performance. But do not go away because we have a sick game of NRG versus the Leviathans, so stay right there.
Okay. What now? What do now? Rank though. Oh, my head. Y'all ready for this?
Reloading.
Crosshair kinda all over the place. Silver.
Finished. One enemy remaining.
What? Silver gold? Low gold, high silver, something like that?
Mid. Yeah.
Ooh. I'll say low gold. Wait, what? Hello? It was fucking gold, wasn't it? And I accidentally clicked silver. Just know I'm on 2 stars. Okay.
30 seconds left.
Wait.
That makes 3.
Gonna
My
put-
ult is ready.
Ya vote.
Buat tak boleh
Mark
naman.
1.
Time. Literally no time. Just run away.
Dah last semalam baru habis tengok cerita Gran Turismo. Best.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
The ping of 3 different positions they could be. Cheers for that, buddy. Wait, you think? You think they could be fucking everywhere they could be?
Kung Fu Panda. Aku tengok kereta BMW ni aku teringat Tunku Abdul Rahman punya kereta. Tunku Abdul Rahman. Adik KMG.
Nice.
I don't even know, man. Bronze? No, it's much higher than that. It's higher than the last clip, and that was gold. So I think this is plat gold. Like this? This is bronze. Maybe even iron. Iron or bronze? I think I'm gonna go iron. Five star, 6 stars actually, because I did say it was gold. So just know that. Just know that I did get it all right. And a quick nerdle. Right, it's 1. There's a plus in there. But it ain't there, duck. And it equals a 2-digit number. So it's not a plus and it's not a times. 1 divided by 1 plus 9 equals 10. What is it? Okay. There is another 1 in it though, but it's not here. 1, so it does not divide, so it is minus. And it equals a 2-digit number. Oh, it's not 1, it's fucking like 17 minus. Wait, no, can it be? Because the equals is here. Unless it's a fucking 3. No, but then it's equals 2 digits. What? Why have I fried my own brain? It can't be plus. Oh, it's just 2-digit plus 2-digit. What am I talking about? 17 plus, there is another 1 in it, so let's go 13 equals 30. Well, it's not 30, so it can't be that. But let's go, to have it end in a 3, it would have to be a 6, so it's not that. So let's have it be 13 plus, so let's have it either start with a 7, which would be 5 or 6, or end in a 7, which would be a 4. So let's go 24 equals 37. Oh, there's another 1 in it, but fuck it. Close enough for me. 13 plus 12 equals 27. 24. You got what I meant. You got what I meant.
Love about a top team that won't allow themselves to get silly sometimes.
Yeah, I fully agree. I feel like they
I'll
push
be back in a
themselves to
minute.
push the limits of being
Bear
aggressive
with
and
me
taking those
one
risks, but they
minute.
also do it in a way that's like
In fact, maybe
super
more than a
cool,
minute.
calm,
Honestly, I need to rest
collected,
my
and they
eyes.
have like a plan behind each and every single one.
Iron and
Even
math.
if they mess it up, like everyone is behind
Do you know
them
how
ready
tired
to
I am,
fix
man?
everything that happened.
Their game plans on paper are
This is
so
how
simple.
tired I am.
They're playing really standard comps, and a lot of times playing stuff that was a lot more common.
Ah,
What
get
makes
in,
NRG
got
different
you.
than
But
a
I
team
will
like
be
Sentinels
gone
that is
for
kind
a
of
bit.
innovating the meta, coming up with new stuff. They play simple things, but they execute on it perfectly, and they adapt incredibly quickly. I think the best way to kind of give an example of that is Demon 1 and Ethan, and the way the two of them play together. The flashes are always perfect. The way that Ethan is setting Demon 1 up, it's just lights out.
And while it is strong and simple, I do have to shout out the fact that they are starting to, play some of the Rays as well for Demon 1. So putting some of that flexibility into a roster that back in kickoff was completely hard locked on the Jet.
The big question, though, is they've beaten the two of the Brazilian teams, both of whom have not had a great start to this season. Now we're getting into the games where we really get to test the mettle for NRG.
Yeah, a lot of eyes on this particular matchup. I'm very curious to hear from someone who has always got a lot to say about the upcoming games. Let's hear from Demon 1 and send it over to Elizabeth.
Demi, want to have a quick word with you? Huge game today, hotly contested matchup between you and Aspas. You know, Zek called you to some of the best players in the world. How is that going to go?
I feel good.
Not even gonna buy the bundle?
Yeah, that was sarcasm, by the way. But if Victor is sort of handing this race
Wait, you don't think he feels good?
No, I mean, what I said beforehand about having many words to say. I mean, you have to know what you get with this guy. At the very least, he's consistent off the server as well as in. But if Victor is sort of sitting over the race duties, right, we might see him start to really settle into this Sentinel play, right? Because even the weak side for NRG looks like a strong one with Victor at the helm.
I think there are kind of two terms of it. You can't have a top team without a strong Jet player, but you can't be a top-level player only playing Jet. He's gotten more flexible, and that means Victor gets consistency. He was always known as the hyper-flexible guy, but I feel like his best role has always been Sentinel. When he's playing the Lurk, when he's the stoic for his team, winning out the late rounds, clutching up, and adding a voice to the team.
Yeah, and look, he's still allowed to fry on the Rays when the time comes. They're playing those double duelist maps, but exactly what you said. I think this is a guy that when the round is simple, you know, and he doesn't have to, when he can play his own game, like there's no one better.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing too is that each and every single one of these players has such a big voice, but they're all choosing to use it at the best moments.
Yes.
You can tell that there is no overcrowding of the communication, and Ethan just kind of set everyone up for success. And Victor is one of those people that is really, really good at using their voice, especially as that Sentinel, especially as a Lurk.
I think he balances when he goes for Lurks and when he actually commits to the rounds on the attack side really well. Because you have a team when you're sharing that position with Marv, who's also a guy who you want to set up for those plays, those kind of lurking style on occasion. I think he balances that really well because he, for so much of his career, was a primary dive player back on Optic. He was a guy making space for Ye, but I think he shifted into this Sentinel role, which he always played a little bit of, very well.
Yeah, let's move the conversation along now as well down the line for NRG because we have a fantastic matchup of IGLs today. We've got Ethan on the NRG side facing off against King. Both players not only with great calling, their mid-roundings looked exceptional from both squads, but also these individual performances from Ethan here specifically have been stunning.
Yeah, I feel like Ethan and King are two really good people to watch if you do want to learn about learning rotations, learning how to abuse rotations and pushing players off their spots. Because for me, King, the reason I put him on my super team was because when he was playing against all these other teams, he managed to not only pull up a game plan, he managed to work in each and every single strength of their players and put that to the test. Like, yes, they have Aspas going crazy, but he also managed to call around that. It's not that common you have an IGL that can fully support everything behind a player like that.
And I think both of these IGLs do such a great job of masking information. You'll see a LEV game, especially on their icebox, and on defense, you won't know who's playing where, but they're constantly shifting around who's actually taking the forward lines, whether or not, you know, Aspas is going to be fighting into A main aggressively or not, hiding behind a harbor wall or whatnot. They do such a good job of keeping that total confusion that you're playing against.
And in particular, switching up where their duelist player is sitting and moving around that operator. They have a lot of similarities in Aspas and Demon 1 and how you have to call around a player like that, and I think they both do it excellently.
And I think for NRG, I see a lot of that sort of variation off of a default on their attacking side, right? Because they're usually playing a lot more of these control-heavier comps, you know, Solo Sky and stuff like this. The way they work for mid-space and then veer off of that without giving you a clue as to which way they're going too early, I think that's what NRG's real strength is on the call.
It's going to be another big matchup here for Leviathan. They've already had to take on some heavyweight squads.
Okay, we back.
That rests on King's shoulders. So let's head back to Elizabeth and hear from
Why do people get on me for leaving for just a second? Like,
King, can I have a word with you really quickly?
Yeah.
So obviously, a convincing win against Sentinels and...
Hey, bro, hey.
Get out.
I'm sorry.
Weirdo.
Hi, King, right? King? Oh, no, you're okay. So obviously a convincing win against Sentinels last week. How is that confidence going into facing NRG today?
I mean, it's the only thing we needed to improve as a team, and we have it against one of the best teams, arguably. So now, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Well, best of
isn't
luck.
it worth
Yep.
bringing in a new IGL and just let King kill everyone? I don't know.
I mean, pretty convincing until he was like, hey, bro, hey. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Nah, someone got to stop that man. He's trying to sneak his way back into play somehow.
Bro, he's been conditioning us by wearing shades
Every
on
day.
all of his casts, right? So now you don't even know if it's King up there on the Discord, baby by himself. But let's keep talking
One
about
day
Levy.
he's just going to be playing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he gets in there and starts schmeeging, rolling back the years. I'd love to see that. But on the topic of Leviathan further, going by their track record, there's a couple outcomes today. They'll probably go into overtime, and there's a good chance that this man, Aspas, will farm. That's right, folks. We're finally getting on to this topic. Aspas broke the single map kill record on Lotus.
Aspas, he's pretty good.
Kills. Now, it was a hugely long
How many
map.
of you
Still
could do
incredible.
this? I'm not going to waste your time and do it. How many of you could do this?
He has dropped
What is this thing called? What is this thing called?
Who is going to stop this man?
It's tough to say because he is.
Someone with a calculator. I don't know.
He's so ridiculous. Sentinels could not shut this man down. When he's playing on the Raze, he's sick. When he's playing on the Jet, he's sick. He can play all these roles at an incredibly high level. He integrates into his team's ideas, and I mean, he's just.
This is the
superstar,
nicest
which is why
food
today,
on planet
the
Earth.
matchup against Demon 1, even if you're discounting all the fun stuff about the IGLs or the placement of the teams, just in terms of watching two incredible players face off, that matchup's going to be ridiculous.
This is just the best Valorant of the week.
Yeah. And I mean, if there was to be someone to match him, it would be Demon 1.
It really looked like at the end of that Sentinels game that King was bowing to Aspas. I could see all of their
US
faces
State
like,
nicknames. Great Lakes.
Aspas is not going to talk to us for a week. Like, he might be out of here. Like, we don't even know. We've got to kick this guy here.
Empire State of
where
Mind.
he drops almost 50.
Aloha.
Like, it was so possible. It was in deep OT.
Silver State is
Don't even get me
Nevada.
started. I do want to say though that like
The
obviously
Last
Aspas did have a
Frontier.
ridiculous game.
Alaska.
It's not like it was a 1v9
The
show.
first state.
Especially in the first half. Like the first half of Lotus when they played against Sentinels,
Delaware?
when they went 9 and 3 up.
Pelican State.
Aspas had
Don't know
14
though.
kills in 12 rounds.
Is
Like, that's
it-
good, but that's not like ridiculous
Probably
numbers
one of these.
performances. And I think what Lev were
Peach
doing a really
State,
good
I think
job
it's
of was in
Georgia.
those opening brawls, trading off each other very nicely. Good utility.
Stars,
it was
Texas.
those fights that they were winning out. And that
Right,
was
which
not
one is
the
this?
Mountain
Sunshine
That
and
was
Golden
not
State?
due
Golden
to
State is
just an
California.
insane Raze player.
Sunshine
That was
is Florida.
often the supporting staff
Right.
getting the majority of kills.
Yeah, a lot of the time
Isn't
people
the
think
New
playing
Orleans
duelists is just like
Pelicans
hold
so good
W
for
and
that?
win your
Like
kills, but
Kentucky
actually no,
Bluegrass,
there's
fucking
so
no.
many layers when it comes to it. When it comes to playing that role, you need to be able to have a support system. You need to be able to have a sort of idea of what's going on, and you need to be able to catch those
People's song
consistencies that the
titles and
other
other
team is doing and
songs.
take and abuse those weaknesses. And I feel like Aspas is such
When
a
I feel
smart
blue
player,
in the night,
not only
all you need
insane
to,
mechanically,
all
but
and
his
all I
brain.
need
He
you
is a
to.
giga brain, low key. When it comes to that duelist role, a lot of people cannot even step up
I
and
had
do
no fucking
what
clue.
duelists do.
A lot of people in the community, I think, got the kind of notion after
fuck?
this game
Probably
that
begins with L, I
Leviathan
should
was a
think.
team that was carried by Aspas. I understand why. He got almost 50 kills in one map, but as
Hey,
you're saying,
Bruce, that's the
not
best,
the
huh?
case. I don't think
Oh,
their
what's that?
identity
What would
is
that
just
be?
that Aspas is an insane individual. I think similar to when Lotus
I mean, I know what song that is, but who the fuck knows what the words are to that?
It was in large part because of how good he was. But what makes it possible is how the team builds
Fuck, I
around
know this
him,
song
how
as
he
well.
is calling for this star player, and how I think how many different looks they can
I
show, right? Being able to
remember.
change up different ideas throughout a game and really build around him in a great way.
How the fuck am I not getting these? I know this
there
song.
Where like Tex was playing back yellow on Icebox behind a
I
hard wall.
can
A lot of
see
times with,
paradise
Leviathan or
by the
Icebox and playing heavy G main with a hard
dashboard
wall,
light.
That's usually an Ospas on that angle too, but instead they're playing off some Killjoy utility.
I don't know it.
Yeah, for me though, I feel like I'm not fully convinced
just
that
a poor,
if you
I need
removed
no
Ospas's
sympathy
fragging power from the
because
equation,
I'm-
that Lev would be as strong.
Oh,
as
no,
it-
for sure.
Okay. But
Fuck
seriously,
knows.
I feel like
I know
have
Rude
no
Boy, but I don't
clue
know.
what is like behind the
What do they look
curtains
like if
for
he goes
Lev.
off the boil? Is that your
Exactly,
question?
yeah. Like I have no clue what it looks like. For
There's
me, I
always
don't necessarily
something
feel like they have the
that I
best
don't.
fundamentals. I don't feel like they have the
I
best
mean, look at their
protocols.
first series against C9. It was
Exactly.
a disaster.
Fuck, I
It
do
was
know these
so
songs. I just
sloppy
can't
that
think.
looking and
Someone
watching
like
back,
you.
It does not make me convinced that Lev as a team is complete.
Only blank
unless
was a
Aspas is-
time
And
in
they're
our
up against a
lives.
team that has the best fundamentals
Exactly.
probably in
Yesterday?
the league.
I need some Preds here. Let's jump into those right now. Start with you, Christy.
Oh, I don't want to do it. Honestly, I put Lev as my number 2 name before the year. I'm gonna go Lev 2-1, but that's crazy.
It's 2-1 NRG.
2-1 NRG.
That 2-1 NRG.
How's this?
There's always
It's gonna
a
be good
question, of course.
Valorant.
It's good. Yeah, again, like you said, some of the best
Turn
Valorant of
the
this week. That's
thrusters
what
on,
you
we're
guys are
standing
ready for. So
right.
strap yourselves in and hold on to your
Yes.
saddles. Our teams are ready for walkouts. So let's send it down to the
Fuck.
stage for NRG.
TM Vito,
versus
quick.
Leviathan.
NRG. Left. That was a good quiz. I think if I wasn't ill, I'd do better. Mute. What have they been banning? Icebox. And Lev, what have you been banning? Split. Cool. NRG pick. What would NRG pick against Lev? Ascent. Lev pick. Bind. NRG ban Lotus. You ban Split or Sunset? Split. Play Sunset. This is ground. Split's there twice? Fuck. What's the other map? What's the other map? Breeze? This is ground control. I'll sing the song for you that's playing. What's lever on? To Major Tom. Da 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 dee da. Da 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 da. There you go. That's what it was. Ground control to Major Tom. Oh.
America's region, NRG are pretty low energy in general. You talk to Chet, talk to any
There's
of
a
the players, they're calm, collected,
man
subject to the sort of
waiting
winds of
in the
momentum.
sky.
Leviathan also have been
We'd
able to
like
conquer
to come
some
and meet
pretty
us,
difficult
but he thinks
obstacles
he'll
here
blow our
without
mind.
overheating. This really is a great tone setter.
I'm
I
off
think,
me
for the rest
bloody
of the
rocker.
weekend, even for the rest of this stage, these heavyweights throwing down.
I know that's a
Both these
different
teams have
song.
two very different questions. For Leviathan, it's about that performance against Sentinels. If that can be consistent, if Osboss isn't putting up those numbers, can they still beat the best? Because that first series,
But no
was
matter how
not
ill
right
you are, at
from
least
this
you'll know
team,
you'll never
losing out
get
to
sleep
T9
deprived
in
as
super
Chet.
sloppy fashion. They have a lot to prove there. But for the
Sing
side
Park
of
Life?
NRG, these
Park
guys,
Life.
they haven't played a team the level of 11.
But if I don't know the words.
Yeah, I mean, they played against Loud that was
I know
coming
this
hot
one.
off the
Well, I do
Madrid
know.
run without a lot of time.
Oh, the people! So many people!
Challenge for them here today.
Yeah, I feel like both these teams have a lot to go for.
Freebird?
For sure, but I am just really interested
I can only think
to
of the
see
solo.
how
How's
both
it go?
these teams manage to shut down the other's duelist. I feel like that is going to be the name of the game.
Do,
I feel like it's gonna be so explosive because both these duelists are going to be trying to go for things that they probably shouldn't, or maybe they're going to be getting shut down.
Hearing from Sadhar, again, that game, maybe don't read too much into it. Against NRG, he said he relished the opportunity to shut down star players on opposing teams. He played Ghostbusters. What the mentality of the Star Duels was like, he loved trying to bring them down a notch. That did not work against NRG. They ran roughshod over 11. We were a little bit wobbly coming off that travel. We're going to have Sunset here to start us off in the series.
Look, this map pool is pretty sweet because I feel like Sunset and Binds challenge very different things, right? Sunset, a really tiny map, really scrappy.
What did I get?
Binds, a
3?
little bit more of a macro sense. And if we make it to a third map, it is
Bye, bye, baby, the free love, yeah.
Yes. That feels like a fever dream, but that
Mods?
was real. That did happen.
Any mods?
Don't do it again.
There we go.
Yeah, a little bit of an ugly game that was in general, but that's definitely something that they peddled out at the start of this stage. Whether or not they're sticking to that is another story.
Did I take
entirely.
drugs?
And look,
No.
we've seen a bit of this Sunset
Sing the
play
fun
from
part,
NRG, like,
Freebird?
they've been able to group up, marved over on towards that A side here. They have a lot of that flux util, and can really leave Victor in control of that weak side, right? This is a match where NRG style gets to shine a lot, leaving that in safe hands.
Into the agent select now here, and it looks
Boom,
like NRG
boom.
going to be kind of continuing through with this comp that has become
If Joe
so
Sunset,
prevalent
doesn't
here on
matter.
Sunset, the KO Gecko, I think right now is straight up the strongest comp you can play. They dumpstered on Loud with this one last time.
And really, it's just another look at Demon 1
Breach,
Brave,
GG.
which I think we're just
NRG
always
win.
looking for more tape on that to see how it is.
Absolutely, and
Boom,
you have so
boom.
many tools to set up your
Boom,
race now
boom.
with this comp. Those Gecko
Boom,
KO
boom.
combinations.
Now I'm just
with
gonna
both
Freebird
flashes
in my
coming
head.
at you at once. It could be a field day for Demon 1.
Yeah, for me, with loved that breach pick from LEV. I'm looking for more trap plays and hopefully enough to kind of shut down Demon One from getting those.
I Demon One always wear some VCT America's jersey like he's a fucking NPC.
On Sunset, we're ready to get into game, so it's time to hand it over to your casters. You're in good hands, folks, because we've got Doug and Baby Bay.
Thank you so much, Uber Dre. I think one of the benefits of a match like this is that you don't really have to add anything additional for people to get excited, right? Yeah. You've got Demon One.
You get shot. You lose the round.
Fernando, thanks for the 4 months. Don't miss anything.
Yeah, especially with Leviathan winning against Sentinels.
Oh, diced IQ. Thanks for the 3 months.
And
Was I gone?
They did it with
I don't know.
Aspas going absolutely nuclear against them. Can he replicate that against the squad of NRG, who, if you've watched their comm videos from even last week, yeah, they played a Furia. But
if LEV win, Aspas is officially the best team in Americas. I agree. Team Aspas, let's go.
Better and more dialed in on their strats.
Okay, I mean, this will be somewhat interesting. I mean, this is a bit dark.
This is going to be a big test for both teams going into this pistol.
Well, we got LEV on defense. Go for a mid push straight away.
Already sent forward down mid. Ethan the first to receive the
We
aggression,
can destroy them.
and he dishes it
Never mind.
right back. 2 early kills found, and now the map is wide open.
Oh,
Instantly
good
going
start.
back to A here. Just grouping up, but they still have a lurk of
See,
Victor
to me,
hold
stuff
the
like
flank.
this is
He's
not what I
gonna
would
get
do
any
against
action,
NRG.
but you already see the different type of layers and setups they have.
I mean, I guess it's just a pistol, but like long-term strategy, like what I want NRG to prove is that like their team coordination and IGLing is good. Right, which when you go for like aggressive mid push, no matter which way it goes, it becomes very easy to just call like, oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, he gets punished though. From that same one way that he had already cleared. Now Crash, he's blinded, he's nearsighted, he can't see a damn thing. Mazino's there in the trade, and it's all gonna fall down to Calm.
1v1.
Calm on a Cypher roll against a very weak Demon One. Calm
And they won that? They won a 3v5. I mean, Ethan got caught trolling a bit down here.
But the Omen flash from King
And then Mazzino must have been shooting like me for how long it took him to get that kill.
Pivotal point.
Yeah, we got a Calm Cypher.
That brought it back for Lev.
Honestly, I think Cypher kind of suits Calm playstyle though, to be fair.
Yeah, you're right. It felt like that was around
Am I the only one that thinks like that's kind of how Calm kind of plays like a he's pretty passive player.
Right there, and Calm winning the 1v1 against his former teammate, 2 champions in the server. The head-to-head. And something to point out here is
Calm is a young
Cypher on
Hiko.
this map. And normally that's Tex's role on this team, but Tex, you know, the second
I don't know about his
map,
lurking
known
because
for
he
playing
hasn't
Gecko
really
on,
ever
so
had
he
to
just wanted
lurk, I don't
keep
think,
things
that much.
a little
But
bit similar in that aspect.
for defense side, I think it suits him.
Calm is already delivering. We see him win that 1v1. He's been the recipient of criticism.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, like he lurks in post-plant lurks, but he doesn't like.
He was able to silence
He's often with the team to set them up.
to have had thoughts about this squad and whether or not it's coming together and kind of what the ceiling is for them. So really encouraging if you're a fan of Leviathan for Calm to be clicking the way he was. And again, that was in the face of a 3v5 at the very beginning of the round.
Yeah.
They had full numbers, they had space, they had everything.
So what they're gonna try and do? Fake A?
Stage over there, just beating himself up.
Fake
over
A
what
can
just
be,
happened
but with the
watching that,
Trippier,
because
that's gonna be.
There's no world in which NRG should lose that. They had the complete advantage in that scenario, but the utility was just not quite there.
It's interesting to see Leviathan in their approach this round. In the previous round, it was just a heavy push down mid, which went the favor of in the way of NRG, but this time,
Oh, they're just
much
coming,
more
grab an
cautious.
ult. Come back to A.
Yeah, these eco rounds have been so crazy in VCT this year. I feel like we've seen so many crazy
30
things,
seconds
especially
left.
out of C9 and all these other teams, but anybody can really do
Nice
it,
stun, nice
especially
flash.
when you're up against Demon One.
No reaction here
And
though.
the rest.
So
of
they
NRG.
could be in some trouble
I
now.
wondered if King was going to swing there. The paranoia and then the fault line. It's just such a brutal trap. Now you start to see some of those kills come through. King's already got 2 on the round. The third will crumble.
Spike planted.
The spike was planted.
Okay,
Consolation
they got there in
prize.
the end.
That's really all it is.
Yeah, not a bad round for NRG. Yeah, they didn't get a lot of guns out, but they actually farmed the B orb and then ran all the way back to A and got a bomb plant down. So that will definitely help out the economy.
Too
of
many
NRG.
specters? No, I quite like this kind of buy for defense.
And I guess they got some armor off of the Leviathan.
The only thing I'd say is buy an outlaw, but other than that, like I think this is good for defense.
As we head into the third, you see King 1 point away from having his ult online.
Because on defense, you can choose the range you play at, right? So your Spectre players aren't going to be playing fucking,
so insane.
you know, here.
I feel like I've broken a record.
Whereas your
when I
Guardian
talk about
player
it, 'cause
might.
These geckos get ults so fast, sometimes 3, 4 a half, and it is definitely the character that you wanted on.
Whereas on attack, you don't have that
So
advantage,
easy
right?
to
On
farm
attack, you don't know where the
forward
range of fight's
on the
going to be.
get-go.
You have to take the space.
On both
so.
sides.
But you can be much more aggressive because of the extra creds.
Oh, it's aggressive from Aspas. Has already taken the middle of the map.
Yeah, I think he got found out though. And Marved so wary about that.
Even then, though,
I'm wondering if left there, you might even just trust Aspas on the bonus just to walk out here on his own with no smokes at all.
They heard the
They used 2 smokes here.
The Cypher cam of Victor, and they're opting to hit
But
that
Victor
side
has
of the
seen,
map,
that nothing's
understanding
there.
that that is the weak gun. So really reading into that.
With no real idea of what's happening around it either.
Yeah, Crashies is also.
Zeno has
already
used
one
his
off of
stun.
Gecko ult. That's insane.
They got the right read. The camera gets destroyed.
The
Let's
orb is
see.
up, which I believe it should be. Yeah, there it is. Crashies will get his ult online. They're going to presumably ult out onto B. The thing is, Leviathan are already ahead of it. They have 4 here. They're going to commit to it anyway.
Oh, the aftershock's good.
The ult no longer a factor, and they've been hit by the fault line.
They didn't protect the spike plant.
Their way into this.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Persistent in their approach.
Oh, they're in
and
massive
it's a
trouble.
grinder. Leviathan just roll over NRG.
Wow.
It's just marked
Flawless.
as alive now. A 1v5 against poor weaponry. It's not delivering this time.
Wow.
What a start for the defense.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a big round to win. Winning bonus just fuels your confidence as a team. And the way they wanted
And
to.
Eco here for NRG. They read that well. I mean, they countered it well.
And Mazzino's utility.
Early timeout
was
NRG.
Insane right there. We saw the breach shock to get the Gecko off.
I mean, they ran into a stack. I mean,
Crashies just dies there for free, and then that stun.
thing is, they destroyed the camera on A, but it was a bit late.
And disrupting the timing of the entry for NRG. That was insane, and that caused.
You know,
a
Comsort
timeout
was just
away.
one player.
This is very early.
Oh, it's a, yeah, we haven't even started round 4.
And it was fast. Like these last 3 rounds are relatively fast in general.
So an outrageous start for Leviathan. I think if the
So we
intent
lose
is
a
to just make it
5v3.
feel like NRG are trying to push through quicksand to get out on these sites. That's that round that we just saw.
We
is
lose a
really good
flawless
example
bonus.
of how that's supposed to work. So everything really going their way.
That's tough.
It's early, but this is a really good start.
Yeah, Mazzino already on this breach was. I mean, that was so impressive.
Oh, was it
Just
not
set up
flawless?
utility.
Oh, sorry.
And to have the
Oh,
supporting
sorry.
flashes as well.
Oh, actually,
Once the
damn me, it wasn't flawless. Come on, got killed in a 1v5 minute 1v4.
Market smoke and get.
So wasn't flawless. Okay.
Reminder: this is an NRG squad that has not dropped a map this entire stage. They've been cruising, and yeah, you can have the conversation around who their competition has been, but the truth is they've been the most dominant in their wins, and they arguably have the most upside, the most potential. So this is a really impressive start.
They better try something else.
Yeah,
So
and on the
level
flip
1
side,
implode. I mean, if they win this, they're
Leviathan,
fucking winning Shanghai.
I mean, we've seen Aspas go crazy, but they still somehow lose some of the matches that they play. So this is a big test for them to figure out if they actually understand how to close out maps.
That's
when
big,
to get in
Zach.
the advantage.
It didn't suppress comp.
4 stingers invested for
The
the
nade
attack side.
didn't break the trip.
Both flashes out. Demon once lit up, and Aspas just has his way with them. All the stingers are still
Oh,
up,
but
though,
the
and if
Stinger's
the plan is to
got
go
there.
fast and aggressive, they're
A pretty
doing so.
poor
Spikes
hold by
are planted,
Aspas
they created some
and Calm there,
space,
considering.
even upgraded 2 weapons.
And then they're not aware of them going for the weapons, more just aim zift them. That's a pretty poor hold by these two. Maybe they were caught a little unaware, but when the trip gets a kill, you can just chill.
That's
Right?
one
You
way to
didn't
win
need
around,
to
for sure. Yeah, he's got to just save right now.
play
Yeah,
so
first was
aggressive
the
for
trip,
this.
then it would have been Crashies and Vic.
Yeah, the Stinger
Demon
good.
one actually got
Calm his
obliterated on
self
the
here.
entry,
I don't know
and
why
the
we don't
second
have
trip
kind
hit
of
him.
cages to
It
help
doesn't
delay
matter
and help
because
move around.
NRG's timing on that hit was so fast. You saw Mazzino wasn't ready this time with his
It didn't
utility,
look
so
like,
the breach really ended up getting
It was a
not
great.
that
I
much
mean, they
value.
even TP'd
Especially
into the
how much
smoke
value you
here,
got
so
the round
it's like.
before. This was like night and day. So already a small adaptation made from NRG to just do an explosive hit into that round, not get stuck behind any utility, not get stuck in the choke, and just trade.
I think
When we get that one, we can just leave. We can just leave. against the low buy.
NRG, they like to feel out the map.
Right, I know normally on B site you don't want to leave because you don't want them to play spam, but you gotta expect that on an eco that they don't have good spam. Right, they didn't have an ult for it either.
Or you feel it out, draw it out, and then hit the other area of the map. So
It's just one of them where you just gotta, your first reaction for Aspas there just has to be this rather than this. I'm saying for Con after they get the first kill.
Try to get that quick timing, explosive timing, because if he's there and ready for you, that utility is going to
Go for this mid fight again.
Just text flash
These two are suppressed, so
it's going to be too late now. They're all in the smoke.
Wow, they get 3, and then they swing here.
What a round!
I mean, they hard right into that.
Why is everyone here? I mean, I guess one guy is, but
into the smoke to converge on mid if they heard anything.
Elevator's been reading too many VLR posts. He's become a real hater. Elevate, I feel like, came into the year and he was like, you know, just your happy-go-lucky, typical American, you know, like happy guy.
What a start!
And then he turned into a hater. What Valorant does to a person.
I've seen that smile before.
No, dude, Galaxy
So back on, well, they got one stinger. It's the one stinger baited me there. I thought they were back on an eco. They're not on an eco at all. Not even close.
Meanwhile, Aspas and Tex and Mazzino actually are in a very similar position.
Okay, fold, retake A. They do have breach ult. Gyro hold L's. Or Giro. Holds L's. Thanks for the 3 months. Oh, Penango. Did I say 11 4 months? If not, I'm very sorry.
With the main pack, so I do expect a lot of cautious play here.
Leviathan are already here, man. Even if they give up some of the space,
Get the kill from it though.
they have all of this retake utility. The question is, do they flood or do they wait? Oh, the breach ult's gone. That has to buy some time.
Oh, that's best, bro. What's going on?
Can they hold them back? Zeno still patiently waiting.
See, if you're NRG here, you wanna be fanning out. Yeah, this is good. You don't want to be.
They're able to go. The question is, how many will they hit? The paranoia is certainly going to help.
Man, Sting is so broken, isn't it? But King is also broken. King is also pretty broken.
Can King do it on his own? Crash, he tried to dodge all the bullets. Can King going for the ace? The clip will not be found.
Bro, why the low HP players?
Time is short. Aspas has to stick it. Crashies can play the super well. There's no way. Oh, the classic betrays him.
And there's just nothing he can do about that. His crosshair's on the head, but that inaccuracy from the classic just doesn't go his way. Pure RNG. We love that. Can we take a step back, though, and talk about King? This guy just went crazy on that retake. That first bullet inaccuracy of the classic, that's insane. No way. King is sitting at 11 and 3 right now. IGLing. Fragging out. And look at the ult economy now. You have Rocket. You have Gecko, Omen ult for the rotate.
Why did they put Aspas to defuse to begin with? Man, what a blunder.
In Amber, it worked. So what are you talking about? It worked. Calculate.
You don't really have time to think things over.
But running at him whilst you're on fucking no HP as 2 players, yeah, that was a bit stupid.
2 rounds now from NRG that arguably could have gone the other way.
Like,
should have gone the other way.
Just hold in a 3v1? I don't know. Just fucking hold for it. Like, he has to swing at some point. Just fucking hold, and he won't be able to flick all 3 of you. Like, he has to try and kill the guy on the spike. That's where his initial aim is going to be looking. So he has to flick his crosshair twice to kill you both, and then kill Aspas, who in that time can probably kill him back.
The RNG would have killed anyone else. Aspas had to defuse.
Now it comes out.
Well, I mean, yeah, they could have just not fucking ran at him. That also would have worked. But yes, thanks so with a lot.
What the pressure points are, where you can gamble a little bit more and take some space.
Okay, they're walking through A.
30 seconds left.
Oh, he's going back in. Oh, he's going back in. He gets one.
They know that. They know he's there.
No, Ethan falls. Goes up top. Marv joins them.
King is fucking hitting.
King is, King is on one.
He's so fast right now.
Goodbye.
Poor Vic, he's just on the other side of the map. He was the win con had they actually gotten into A site. He would have wrapped all the way around. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't get to that.
That's looking good. It's going to be a save for NRG.
Activity from the side of Leviathan. Doubling up there, King and Osboss, taking that A fight. And that was a Gecko invested from Crashies, but it got shot down so fast. That allowed Crashies to actually pop that rocket. Look at this guy.
The King has just been man possessed.
It's not over yet, though, especially when it comes to Leviathan. I feel like they put themselves in such a great spot, but somehow...
It's a Nico. I mean, the one round NRG won was a Nico.
Slip away.
Well, it's aggressive here, and King continues to farm. Lighter weaponry
Again,
on the
King
attack side, sure.
Potentially giving them a gun there.
But they continue to
try and defend the gun with the ult.
Yeah, and this Gecko ult, just a re-clear out of everything.
Marv fucking TPs forward after the fact into Mazzino and dies.
And Leviathan are just a couple steps ahead at the moment.
One enemy remaining.
Understanding how NRG wants to
I've seen this last guy in mid.
Those kills.
This feels like more than a couple steps. This has just been an outrageous performance from Leviathan.
Oh.
He's gonna get knifed, isn't he?
The team flash as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That boy tucks.
The flash as well.
14-4 for
They
King.
take that second timeout NRG already. Wow.
Screens, that's a second timeout already used.
Yeah.
For NRG.
This is their map pick too. And the whole point of them picking this map, they probably understood that they're going to get the attack inside. They want to be able to set the pace, but so far, starting with that pistol round, I think it was just such a devastating loss that it's kind of hard to bounce back from moments like that. Especially because on the other side, confidence just pursues. Like, we just won a 5v3.
That's desperate to not get called out by Amy for not calling timeouts early. Oh, that would be...
It's just like, okay,
yes.
you can do anything now.
Amy should... If NRG got stomped this game, Amy should definitely tweet out
I think for Leviathan, there were a lot of
about how
how
he would have trusted his team and not taken panic timeouts straight away.
This match felt like one that you're really going to find out a lot about those spots.
No,
right? We're gonna find
that
out
would be
if
so
real,
funny.
If they can win without Aspas dropping 45 or whatever every single time, if it's going to be
in the series.
Yeah, if it's going to be him and King, or how this is all going to come together. Will Calm continue to deliver much like we saw in the previous week? They've answered every single question that's been thrown their way.
So far. Right there. They've definitely done that. NRG, no slouches, though. Second timeout. The last time they took a timeout, they won a round.
I don't think I've ever seen that trip actually do anything. The first one that Calm just put down. No, I get it. I get why it's there. I get it can get you a kill, but
now you have the breach and the Gecko towards the A side of the map.
against these Gecko comps, don't they just plant the spike and say B main? Like, don't they just run up a little bit? I don't, watch it do something now. I've cursed them. They're coming to B. This will get a kill.
They're going to try to test this setup again. And it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier.
Dodges
right?
the nade, I
attack
guess.
Side, how do you approach this barrage of utility?
Now, this was the site hold that wasn't great for them last time.
Here they've drawn out.
Now, use nade. Again, I would like Aspas to not use nade. That's a
nice. It seems like they want
camera.
to re-hit this. But much like we've seen in the last couple rounds, Leviathan are ahead of it. Texas already here.
Didn't hit it. Oh, he did. He got a kill.
Still getting the kills.
Oh my god.
Is going to join them. It seems like they can do no wrong right now. And through the slight delay, now the rest of reinforcements have arrived.
Missed it. Still a 3v2. It's still losable, but the spike's on the site. And these smokes are going to fade soon.
And Marv is left standing by himself. A 1v2,
I mean,
70 HP, no armor. Spike well out of reach.
I mean, I did say when I started going out, like, it will get a kill this round.
On the other side with Zito looking over his shoulder.
30 seconds left.
Is it a jinx if I call it out
Such
first?
a difficult
Like,
situation.
before it even happens?
Really playing mind games as best as he can, but they're not fooled. 8-1 for Lev.
King's not falling.
LG forgot how to play versus Sentinel on this map after abusing dog shit comps.
Everything right. Even the
That
trips
is
that
funny.
Calm put right there, avoiding.
I mean, this is tough. I mean, to be fair, it's exactly what I said. That like the worries about NRG about like, oh, they're calling. Is their calling that good? Have they been tested when people aim back at them? What's going on? Can they bounce back mentally? Right? How often do NRG even in scrims get beat? Right? Are they used to losing? Do they know how to bounce back? What are their comms like at this point? You know, I know they've got experienced players who will, you know, obviously all these players have played enough to where they have lost, but as a team, you know, what's the dynamic like? Is there someone on the team who's going to be like,
I mean,
the guy to be like, we still got this?
On purpose. Aspas got hit by the knife on purpose, and King dodged it to try to punish if anyone's there, but now Tex. Pretty wise to just back off there. No need
again, against the eco, no real need to do anything stupid. Again, make them take the space against you. Give your guys time to get across.
It shows a lot of discipline too, because when you're up 8-1, when it feels like everything is going right, you want to swing that. You want to take the fight.
Double flash right here.
On the other side of the smoke, they go through.
Wow.
They're so done.
Wow, the
Mazzino
double
gets
flash.
3.
It's pretty good.
Can he do what King could not?
Oh.
Ethan tucks tail, runs away. And again, the spike while out of reach. Oh, he's gonna get him, isn't he? No.
Okay, we're overheating a bit. We're overheating.
Calm drops Ethan, Marv left alone. We've seen this before.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if Marv wins this, so just cement him as even more of a GOAT in the game of Valorant.
I don't think he's gonna win this when the spike is
it's nearly
down where it is.
Yeah. There's just so much left for him to do.
Yeah.
What a stomp. What a subversion of expectations, too.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen the old NRG / old Optic. This did happen to them a couple times where they got destroyed map 1 into like their opponent's map pick 2 and they would destroy back, but we'll see, I guess.
The entire other side of the map, while this is all happening, to try to catch out Victor or Marv on these lurks, he's actively seeking that 1v1 to make sure they don't get flanked on the retakes. And something small like that goes a long way. It gives you way more
give me
confidence
hopium
to actually flood in.
I'm just telling you things that I have seen before. And if you are an NRG Optic fan, you will remember probably as well.
Changing his position, not actually anchoring the B main, but Victor should have that information at this point.
Oh, a little bit of tag on a Mazzino there. The spam into the smoke.
The ult out mid.
Presence on the other side of this.
I mean, he's living dangerously.
They have their reinforcements. They're not far off. Aspas playing in market, calm, close by.
God, they're playing for this mid crunch.
And just like that, they wrestle the space back out of the hands of NRG.
Used quite a bit of util though. Oh, and the flash missed even more.
How do they get through this? Mazzino playing close.
Timing.
Smoke too.
This feels like we're
Mazzino just gets there first, and now Marv trying to lurk up mid. Aspas is ready for it.
Marv tries to find some space mid, and is met with a similar fate.
Camera taken out.
And now they know the rest of the members are trying
Come
to
just
find
needs
a way
to chill
out of
here.
but Leviathan are already here. It's the same story. Oh my
Oh, just let Tex go.
It's the same outcome.
They still have breach ult. And they used Gecko ult there. In a 3v5.
Baiting out all of that mid utility. I think they had a good idea that.
And that was really a round that you thought for NRG, like they're in a good spot, right? They used so much util. That's the kind of round where you would think, like, just group up, guys, right? They just used all that util for a mid crunch, right? They used their nade, they used their flash, they used a stun, they used aftershock, like, you know, they used so much for that. Like, all we need to do is just group up, get a site. They don't have a great, well, I guess they do still have breach ult, but, you know.
7 rounds in a row.
You know, you've used a lot of util there.
Performance.
Yeah, this is a hell of a way to start a half.
I got you.
Especially after you probably should have lost the pistol round. This is nuts.
Really not looking back. Last round of the half, guns for the attack side. They have Ethan's ult.
I mean, if they breach ult them in here.
The stun, he got off the stun.
Mazzino's got his ult
Okay,
back
they now know
online.
that 3 people are there.
Look at him on the minimap, how he rotates.
So what are they
after he
doing?
uses that stun. Already going to top mid. He's here for the instant aggression.
Again,
if
happy
anyone
to
goes
play
through
retake
mid.
A with this breach ult.
And as soon as that
Something
smoke
they
goes
showed
off on the
already.
right side of mid, they know they're
Oh,
going to try to
Mazzino.
pressure the other side. Mazzino's there to greet 3.
Oh my god, he's alive.
He hasn't taken a lick of damage. He's still alive. He's surrounded now. Ethan hunts him down. Crashes,
Okay.
finds another.
Do a nice split.
Finally, a little bit of room to breathe, but are they going to get choked out once more? King finding
2v2?
one, a 2v2
They
for
know
the
where
rest
they
of the
are.
round.
Ooh.
Both faced. Tex in a 1v2. Can he deliver? No.
Okay, NRG get a second. Good for them.
The second, and
Clap,
honestly,
clap,
it was
clap.
as difficult as the entire half has been for him.
Man, that was
Had to
rough.
fight really hard for that. Pushing Mazzino all the way back into spawn and then into that B lobby area. Finally getting caught off guard by a flash from Ethan.
Not
That
a
was a rough
single
half.
player of NRG on the side of NRG is positive. Not one. When you think about this roster and the way it was constructed, there's no way you would expect that.
Very good, very good.
Gouda?
Dude, that's flow state right there. We're gonna throw it down to the desk and see what they
Demon
thought
won
of that
3 and
10-2
12.
half in favor of Lev.
That's tough.
One of the most dominant halves of the stage sees Leviathan head straight into the halftime with 10 rounds to their name. That is incredible, but they've looked fantastic. Their trap plays have been astonishing. This defense, impenetrable.
Look, if Lev are Gouda, NRG are looking like Swiss cheese after what Lev just did to them in that half.
Holes.
Like, it was so nice. I think the calling from King around setting up those trap plays and whatnot was fantastic, but also, this guy was just frying in the server, so dominant.
Yeah, he was so good. And the speed at which they were so ready to execute those protocols with the trap plays is what made it so much more
Photographers, NRG on the
effective.
Americas seem
And
to
then
not
holding
drop a
down the
single
sites,
map.
making sure that their Sentinel was not going to be able to get overrun. Lev
Who came
had
up
a
with that?
really great half.
And it wasn't just like the Valoplant setups from the start of round that was dominating NRG. A lot of it came in mid-rounds, you know, refighting out of shop right there when they had stacked 5 players over towards the A site. Or even in round 11, they didn't get kills, but they'd rotated into mid to try and punch NRG out after taking early space.
It kind of felt like they had control of the whole game from the early round and the mid round all the way down to like the post-plant situation.
When did the whole
Every
pie
single one,
watch
they had control.
100%. I think it's because they kept
become a
getting on
thing?
forward
Pie
lines,
watch,
especially over
yay
towards the A side
Mysterio
of the map.
watch.
With the information they got with that deep vision, they're able to set up traps away from the Cypher as well. It was just very, very strong from start to finish.
I mean, if the question we had was what do Leviathan look
Hujin
like when
ranked
is not
game.
dominating the game, we might be seeing some of that depth now, maybe some of the depth that was absent in that Sentinels game. Because yes, Aspas has been impactful. He's been in the game. He's been relevant. But King knows he has been ruling the roost right now, peering down from his throne, and Aspas gets to maybe take it a little bit easier at times.
Dude's asleep!
Yeah, well, this is standard. I mean, this is very standard Aspas behavior here. He's absolutely chilling. So let's get this second half back underway. Aspas is sitting up in his seat, and so should you be. Let's
God,
head
what would they
back to
do
our
if they
cast.
gave him a seat that wouldn't do that?
Well, this was nowhere near, I think, what anybody expected.
Okay,
going into
NRG.
halftime of the first match.
Can they
But
bounce
here
back?
we are, where Leviathan have
He
just
is on pie watch. I mean,
obliterated
Victor
NRG
too.
from top
I
to
mean,
bottom,
Victor
but
doesn't get an assist as well. He's
as it goes with
hit
the
the
half
ultimate.
comes an opportunity to approach the map a different way, and that's what NRG are going to have to do. Seemingly insurmountable task before them. How do you erase an 8-round deficit and get back
push
into this
all
thing?
the way up there.
And if I'm NRG
They only
right now,
have
I'm just
one
trying to
trip.
even
This
get-
is going to
just
be
get
a
warmed
B
up,
main
'cause I
exit.
feel like there was a lot of shots where they didn't even
They
have
have
a chance.
super deep control. This guy's going to be here
Just getting
already.
insta.
NRG in a good spot.
Maybe the peak's just not on point for NRG right now, and they need a little bit more time. So they have to win this pistol round. They need to
Wow,
buy
it's
more
come
time
aware
to
of
get
this?
hot, especially going into a map like Bind where you're going to see Tex on this again.
He sees Demon One first. Wait, he might know that they're running into a stack then.
What we've seen so far. Calm understanding of the timing, realizing that was a weak area of the map.
Okay, you chill.
Trying to get a jump on Demon 1, and that's huge.
He's playing the Cypher so well. I mean, he hasn't done anything too
Literally
flashy
no
in general,
reason you
but
would
he's
ever do
playing
that.
the role in itself really well.
And you don't really have to be flashy when you're up 10-2 and King is dropping 20 and a half.
Yeah. What a great flash.
Dude, they're a step ahead.
They
of
run
them.
back.
You're right.
Commit, they're going back.
Clever. I mean, they left King here the whole time, so he knows that no one's pushed B main on them.
NRG look
Now he's just walking out.
New
on the
cinema
map right now.
A new cinema.
I mean,
Just heard
King
the
is just
camera.
manipulating rotations any way he could possibly want.
This is a pleasure to watch.
Oh, they'll just go play B main.
A 5v3, which we saw in the first half.
I don't want to jinx it, man.
I mean, they're all stacked in main, too. Every single one of them.
That
waiting
hits
for
no
NRG
one.
to
You
face.
probably know what they're doing, but you don't have
With no
any
real
util to
utility,
stop it.
Mazzino has his stun. King has his flash.
Oh
And
my
even the
gosh,
camera to
this
see
is
them.
So unlikely to be one for NRG.
There's the first, there's the second. The only real bit of utility that was left for NRG is
The only thing is they kind of controlled the smoke.
There's no way! There's no way! Mazzino's got it with the clutch, and of course he does!
I mean, that is unbelievable.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, King kind of trolled the smoke.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you just smoke yourself off.
In the pistol for Leviathan. It looked like it was
Said he kind of half
disaster.
smoked the spike.
I got nothing to say.
It was.
Mazzino's the GOAT.
Mazzino wins a 1v3.
Oh my gosh. He's so calm with it too.
Yeah. A force from NRG with really no real option.
When I thought LEV were going to collapse, I'm still going to hold by the theory that if LEV lost that overtime, they would have collapsed. Bro, you know that they forced. And you have a ghost.
Sound BM, but I feel like the best things from NRG that we've seen so far have come from the stinger buys.
Yeah.
Like they're just installing with
Come
the
back to
stinger,
B
but
main
for
and
some
go get
reason
a
when it
gun.
comes to the gun rounds, it's not all quite there.
Okay, you've heard them go
A
for
little
this
bit of
mid
damage
fight.
dealt, but the
But
kill
multiple people
ultimately in
there.
favor of Marv.
Oh, they hear this rotation too.
You did good. The thing is, they're still
Big fight.
Well,
Caught sleeping.
most of the weaponry is still up. They still have the Guardian, they still have the Bulldog. Both of those finding value.
Oh, he spotted him.
It's so clunky sometimes to play Breach. Body block, but he still made it just to get his way out. Demon 1 with the Sheriff. Demon 1 who's been quiet all map.
Spike planted.
With an opportunity to be the hero!
How does he find that timing so well? Why the fuck are you jumping around?
Okay.
Oh,
We need
Jesus.
that if you're
Jesus,
NRG.
Jesus.
Anything to keep this game just going for a little bit longer. Get everybody's hands warmed up. He found such a great timing that in that moment, satcheling
Rip
over
Pie?
the trip. But actually
Would that have been it as well? Oh, that would have been it if he didn't get a kill.
Tech's just getting caught out there is tough.
Yeah. And I said it, right? These stinger buys from NRG has been the best look we've seen so far.
A hero rifle in
So
the
to
hands of
give the
Aspas.
rifle to Aspas, I dig that.
Full armor.
Like that.
I like this.
Yeah, and then pistols around it. I mean, it makes sense.
And when you got a player like him on your team, you can do things like this. You've
So
already
three
seen the
stack on,
success of what Oxy can do. NRG are usually very,
They break this
very
trip,
good
it could
on
be,
the anti-ecos. Especially after kickoff.
You imagine as soon as that trip goes down.
I don't love Mazzino. I don't love how Breach
They
fucking
creep
solo
forward.
walking
That's exactly
in
what
here.
Aspas does, and they're
Aspas
trying to
finds
be
a kill
so
on Marv.
methodical about finding their fights.
That gun you
That's
can
the
get.
one onto Marv.
That's the smokes, and then they swap because he got low. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't love this from Mazzino. He, with the
Not really
camera
in a
here and a
position to try
smoke
to scoop
here,
up
like,
that weapon, so it's still just one
read the
rifle,
room.
it's
The
in the hands
double
of King,
react up here, this
who's
could
been
go
just
bad.
as good, who's been better than Aspas up until this point. Ethan feeling some of the pressure, able to keep it at bay, at least for now.
You're so worried about
2v4.
Oh
Hello,
my
they're
goodness.
close. Crashy's on the swing, the flash in his face doesn't matter. Aspas is left alone, trying to find a weapon. He will not be able
Okay.
to. NRG gets a 4.
Right, let's see a full buy LEV.
Not the cleanest of anti-ecos, just because of how that round started with Marv getting picked off. And I mean, that's your smokes against an eco, but Demon 1 and Victor actually re-aggroing B main there to make the numbers even. And then that
Is the
just
comeback
ultimately ends
real?
up
Not yet.
allowing
I mean, they
Elon
won a
to
second round force.
take out everybody that's funneling back to the A site.
I think LEV need to start
The second
realizing
kill was actually
how
really clean.
proactive and aggressive NRG are being.
Commit to
Maybe
that
hold their
rule.
defaults
Eden's
even
on the
longer and a
map
bit
right
more
now.
passive in general.
15 and 12 leading from the front.
Big change of pace from Lev.
Or just go fast if you want.
This is a fast A hit, but this trip looks deadly.
Ethan's hearing some of this noise. He has his ult.
The problem with
Big
playing
ult.
a spot like this is if they actually commit on A, you already know that Breach Seas is going to come out and hit that little default bomb plant
I
area.
mean, you've got all you could ever want. I'm kind
They
of
opt to go back,
surprised. I
just
mean, it looks like they're
depositing
going to create pressure
Aspas, so
elsewhere.
he's just
Come
holding
back
for
to
any
Aspas.
re-aggression.
Question is, how far does the regression go? Aspas will be tagged. You wonder here too how they interpret this, because you see Aspas, you think, well, the rest of the team's got to be close, right? He's not normally one to be lurking around.
Again, look at this.
That's so big. This timing is huge.
They're coming back to B main. They're in trouble.
The bullets will surpass that. The
Oh, the
time.
time.
The timing is beautiful.
Unreal, Doug.
Calm
Now
again,
Gecko ult.
getting the best of them.
Gecko ult into breach ult. Show you Gecko ult first. Gecko
They've
ult.
all rotated towards B. The Rolling Thunder will
I'm
pave
not
the
Gecko
way,
ulting.
but Mark TP'd ahead of it. He gets spammed anyway.
30 seconds left.
Just when it seemed like he had an opening, had some room to breathe, he gets punished.
Now
And
the
once again,
cypher.
NRG at a numbers deficit. They invest everything they possibly can. Ethan's ult dropped. Victor swings his way into his death. And it's all on the crash. He's in the face
Swing him.
of five. Cannot convert.
Okay, that should be
Cannot
GG.
deliver. Leviathan on map
He
point.
didn't even use that Gecko ult in the end.
Calm just played such a smart round, saving his cam.
I mean,
for the
that camera
repair on
was
the-
everything right
on the
there.
B main, understanding that NRG have been getting aggressive in that general area, especially Demon 1. I feel like he's pushed up like the last 3 rounds. And that's just an easy punish. And then the heads-up awareness to get the span on Marv as well.
That's got it. That feels so bad if you're Demon 1. Like, you know what? Timing, bro. I got timing. The timing is crazy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
It's such a tough spot. 'Cause
Bulldog
you
on
either commit
Victor.
on the people that are swinging you, the footsteps that you hear.
Flawless
right,
as well,
you're
so
trying to
they'll
break
have a
the cam
buy
and get
next
out,
one
but
also.
Lev was just too close.
Go for a
him.
mid push.
And another aggro play down mid.
Speaking of close, but Mazzino's got utilities set up and ready to go. If there's a Q, there's a problem.
Okay.
Thought he was going to sidestep his way through all of that. Paranoia looked a little low, but Dizzy connects. You've got King and
Play for this mid fight and they lose.
Leviathan are here to fight.
I think NRG are a bit.
So long and you can't do that
Maybe
against
they're
a
just
comp
tilted because it's
like
12-4, but
they have so much utility. Even if the breach goes down,
it's like every round is just like someone's pushing something. You know, there's no like.
You've got King's Paranoia too.
There's nothing else to it really.
They have so many tools at their disposal.
They clear elbow.
And honestly, Leviathan are playing them.
You want to just get that ult back, really.
You want more?
I mean, you can still chill here. You don't have to go for anything, but
You've got Vic
you're not
who's
gonna
going to
just
try to
walk
take
through
some
that,
space
surely.
around the flank, but he's got a clear trip, so now they know where he's headed. Khan's going to try to take that fight. Decides to give it up.
Okay, you know where one player is.
Join the rest of his teammates. Thrash
They
instantly
take the
cleared,
fight
but so
off the
Thrash
Gecko
sees
ult.
Ethan.
Fucking
The
hell.
trades are so good. Who puts a top mid trip when you're on attack? Some freaky stuff going on in this game.
Horrible fight from Kong.
gonna have to do more
Literal.
than freaky if Victor wants to keep
They
this
play
thing
the
alive.
3v1/2v1s. Maybe worse than any
Needs to
team
make
I've
a
ever
play.
seen, but
Ever great. It's a little high-low. Will not happen.
they get there in the end.
13-4 on NRG's map pick. Holy smokes. Leviathan just put the world on notice.
I gotta shout out Calm here.
I mean, if they destroy them next map as well, again, as I said, we've seen before, Optic get destroy map 1, they come back map 2, they destroy the team back, and then we get a close map 3, generally is how it goes. The DRX one in particular comes to mind, where I don't remember what map DRX stomped them on, but I remember that they destroyed DRX then on Breeze, and it was DRX's pick. But I mean, this was rough, you know? And I think if NRG do end up losing this game, even if the second map is closer, right? Even if they do lose the game, but it's close, after this map, there's still going to be questions asked of like, oh, is this team literally just, you know, just an aim team? Are they just like slightly better crew? That's kind of the question that, you know, with NRG. Are they just slightly better crew? Or, you know, what's actually going on? Anyway, we shall see, I guess. We shall see. Do I think there is a clear best team in the world right now? A clear one? No. No. Like, has there ever been a clear best team apart from Fnatic? I guess Sentinels, the first time that they won. The first time Sentinels won Iceland, I guess they were the best team. Clearly. But Gambit for a bit, Yeah, maybe. Optic, I don't think you would say were clearly the best team. Because Loud were pretty close with them the entire year. And then they didn't win Copenhagen. Like you could have made an argument for Loud, I think. The Loud were Loud went through the uppers. You could have just said like, oh, just Loud lost the final, right? So I don't know if it was clear. And also, FPX didn't go to the tournament that they won, so EMEA's best team wasn't there. And then that team did win Copenhagen. So I don't think you could say Optic, really. Fnatic were clearly the best team, like, coming into Tokyo, though. Like, last year. You know, I mean, they didn't lose a fucking game until the EMEA Grand Final, which was a game that didn't mean anything. So... And then they won Tokyo, like... I think... But there's no one like that now, right? Like... Could LEV beat Sen again? Yeah, probably. Could, you know, Gen G almost beat Sen. Right? Could fucking DRX. They beat Gen G. They must be good. What's something I can do? Just do random Sporkle, I guess. My brain is still hurting. First 10 countries with a McDonald's. USA, Canada, surely. UK? Not the UK. Japan. Korea. South Korea. Mexico. Not Mexico. Brazil. What? Germany. France. Spain. Portugal. Man, this is tough. Sweden. Someone just said in chat. No. Ireland? You're called McDonald's, bro. Don't fucking... If England is on there, I'm not going to be happy. What the fuck? Argentina. Italy. What? China? In the 70s. What was going on in the 70s? It would have to be in the West, right? I tried Mexico. It won't be Russia, surely. Think about it. Soviet Union. Who could it be? Australia. New Zealand. But why not the UK? Netherlands. Belgium. Why is it the Netherlands but not Belgium? Why is it Germany and not the UK? I'm really confused. Turkey. Egypt. Luxembourg. Good
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
Tried Spain. Portugal.
I missed map 1. Can you give me the Spark notes?
India. Bro, what the hell? Military bases? Philippines. Indonesia. Vietnam? No, I mean that's actually a funny answer. Jamaica. Oh, that could be correct. Oh fuck. Cuba. Obviously not. Man, this is fucking Chile. Peru. Colombia. I have no fucking clue what these countries could be. Was Hawaii a state back then? I think so. I think it was the 50s. South Africa? It was Costa Rica, Panama, and El Salvador. Fucking hell, it was literally just 3 fucking random Central American countries. Someone did say Costa Rica. Someone wanted the Spark Notes of Map 1 cabin, 90 bits. That's a weird amount. The Spark Notes of Map 1, NRG no good, LEV good. Biggest answer, A countries. Name country starting with A, which will call all the smaller by area size A countries to appear. Algeria. Australia. We got it. The NCAA basketball champions. Not a fucking clue. Other than Kentucky. Simple math challenge. Jesus. Unbox the countries of Africa. Can you completely reveal the map of Africa? Sure. Egypt. DRC. Nice one. South Africa. Mozambique. Madagascar. Seychelles? Where are they? Fuck, what's that one down there? Morocco. Ghana. Chad. Algeria. Should have just started with that. Fucking Liberia. Guinea. Satom. Cape Verde. Nigeria. Spell it wrong. Ethiopia. Kenya. Fuck. 89%. That's tough. Let's do Asia. A minute to do Asia. Russia. I realize just do the big countries. China. India. Indonesia. Philippines. Japan. Saudi Arabia. Maldives. What the fuck? Yemen. And Iran. Fucking go. Now Europe. This one's tough. Europe's tough. Because there aren't very... Iceland. UK. France. Spain. Ireland. Norway. Finland. Russia. Turkey. Italy. Greece. Poland. Hungary. Romania. Get in there, Lewis. I mean, North America would just be impossible, surely. Who am I? I'm a dwarf planet way out in the Kuiper Belt with one known moon. To the Rapa Nui, however, I am the god of fertility and creator of humanity. The Rapa Nui, so it must have an interesting name. Tonatiha? That kind of sounds like something that... Or is it Meke Meke? Or Haumea? Oh, that's tough. My circular orbit is retrograde around the deep blue planet named for my dad. But that maybe makes me more effective as his messenger. What? So it's a moon of Neptune? Man, this is fucking impossible. I don't know enough about the moons of Neptune. Disney movie by any 3-letter sequence. Lion King, Little Mermaid, Chicken Little. Any Disney movie.
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
Game is back. Fuck, we're starting
Hey old
already.
man, the game is back.
What about my Disney movies? I thought you fucking came for those quizzes.
As a frenzy and light armor. Investing into him a little bit, you see the Viper Wall splitting the map, and Demon One's already dead. That wasn't off of a setup either. That was Tex just spamming.
Just got eliminated mid-air. And now here comes the infinite delay, but NRG is running back sight, and that's why this wall
Smokes
is
are gonna
here.
fade.
King is in a position to get a lot of value.
Give us
He plays his
Viper.
cards just right and finds the timing.
Oh, Tex with.
Ethan surrounded, and he's getting another.
And they
Wasn't far
TP.
off. He's taking so much damage. 4 HP. Mazzino's trying to cut off the exits, and he does. Continuing right where he left off.
Literally, yeah, just chill. Wait, where's Com going?
Now there's so much left to do. Martin
What are they?
Crashy's the only
To
one
get,
remaining.
just to get a heal?
Spike planted
Pissed
and
around,
Mark
it doesn't matter.
going
Dog from
aggressive.
here.
Holy smokes, he's up so far. Trying to draw a line in the sand much further than you would expect. Now Molly's going to delay for a while, buy some time. And that is the essence right now. Now you're done trying to trample forward as they push their way up and spawn. The flash out first. Dizzy, an unfortunate casualty through all of this. As Mark swings forward, he dinks one, but that's all it can be. Can crash there on his own. The dog in his face. Calm on the swing. The pistol for Leviathan again.
Oh my god, another pistol for Lev. Another pistol that comes down to the barest of margins. I mean, they are awful in 3v1. I mean, they never win a 3v1 cleanly.
Isn't a foolproof method of winning a round. I mean, we've seen so many times it be a cosmetic stun, right?
Dude, that's great. A headshot?
What
I mean,
can
he
do
saw
about
him.
that? That's not even his fault.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
And then this kill on the...
And then he goes down to 20 HP there. He gets right-clicked and probably, what, headshot, body shot by the right-click back?
That is the second clutch you got on pistol round.
I think Khan might be back, man.
Dude. I mean, if there's anything that he likes to do, it's prove the haters wrong.
He did it all last year, and he's done it so far this year.
Yeah.
Still much to do left, though. Still plenty of game to play. For NRG, no investment really other than Crashy's getting a ghost.
Okay, the little smoke there should bring a rotate over, to be honest, because how many smokes are they going to have on a pistol?
The eco rounds, they always
And
get
they're using
some
one
type
for
of
that.
value, whether that's grabbing an orb
I would
or getting
bring a
bombed
rotate
down,
across.
or both in most cases.
I guess they're just trying for the ult up, but...
Marv's already lurking in this U-Haul area. Wow, what a cool flash lineup.
It does see one.
It doesn't
Probably no
connect on
Marv.
Marv, but the info was gathered off the audio cue.
Do they realize how close he
Now
is,
they're
though?
gonna
Yes.
re-clear.
He's gonna have to land the shot with the Sheriff, and he cannot. Tex clears him.
Man, the disruption that LEV does on their defensive side against this NRG roster has been so good, and the timings have been the most impressive to me. It seems like they always re-clear the right spot at the right time.
We saw it all last map, and we're already seeing it here.
Fully run TP.
NRG not liking what they're seeing B. They decide to flip the map as best as they can, farm a couple of orbs.
Right here.
I mean, they have to
And
come
then
in.
really go from there. With their classics and one ghost. They're gonna try to find some space and get out onto the site.
Oh man, easy pick'ems for
It's a
Osbach.
spike. These guys need to die.
He was quiet in the first map.
Let him live.
Relatively quiet anyway. Quiet for Osbach's standards, but...
Okay, flawless for left. Good start.
Tragic.
I think there still is some danger, though. We've already seen it in these rounds. A little Marv lurks on this already seem to be causing maybe a couple
Tex,
little
orbs away
things.
from the Gecko wall. Crashy's already sitting on it. And some decent guns here from LEV on this bonus round. Little highlight reel. The eco frags, always satisfying to witness.
You're right, though. There is some weaponry behind this. Mazzino has a Phantom, Aspas with Guardian Sill. So there is a little bit of bite to this, and Calm feeling some of the pressure. Hearing all of that noise is going to give the space up. Ethan gets the orb.
Okay, so it's 3 on A again.
He's, what, halfway to his ult?
Yeah.
Aggressive in
Just a
shell.
pretty standard hold
Double
in general
stack
right now.
here.
It's a 2-3 setup. Nothing to reclear
NRG
so far.
gonna go for
Calm
an
will
A here.
use
Crashies
Doggo
has ult
to get info
already.
B long, and that should cause a rotate potentially.
And they got some info there, but the knife.
Oh my gosh, King is so smart. He literally dipped at the perfect time, dodged the knife, and he's already back in. This might catch Ethan off guard.
I think the thing is the knife is going to keep him here. Meanway, the rest of NRG is A.
Okay, do you really want to challenge a Viper here in Hookah? Probably not too much.
It's just enough, just
but
a little bit.
LEV haven't moved. This is good for them. They still got 3 players here, and they got good shower control.
Osboss is just silent tucking on that short box.
Crashies uses the thrash.
Osboss has to leave though.
Space as he can. Didn't fully clear out.
Xeno's still got shower control. So can they play for delay on the spike here? Because time's getting a bit low.
I think they're just going to try to delay plant as long as they can. Buy time for the rotates to come in.
And they're
It's a big fight.
They're on the way.
Maybe a stim peek from shower.
I mean, literally everyone is here except for Calm. 9 members huddled into this one.
Dealt with that very well.
Falls. 13 seconds left. The spike not committed to yet because there's the delay that you mentioned. It's the 3rd, the 4th attempt.
Got him.
And I don't know that there's going to be enough time to get it down.
The nade is perfect. There is no time.
Yeah.
Wow, another bonus for LEV.
What a gorgeous display.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
That was absolutely beautiful, the way that they played backside, waited for the rotates to come in. And Demon 1 getting a little too antsy there. That flash did not connect on anybody. It was shot instantly out of the sky. So LEV was ready for that too, though. They're ready for the backside fight and using their bonus guns to their advantage. I feel like 9 times out of 10 when you're close range like that with a Spectre, you tend to win the gun duel even if it's against a Vandal.
Oh, for sure. Just wasn't the case this time.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, that's tough.
Vibes
are
are
all falling apart right now.
Oh yeah, and on the other side, vibes are at an
So
all-time
we're back
high.
to a Stinger buy. This is their best buy on
And they're not
Sunset.
too hype either. They're very calm,
Again,
and
just
that's-
2 players
that's
here
what
on
you
B.
need from your team.
Don't know if this is like a hard LEV
Especially a team
read of like
this, when they're so dialed in,
NRG.
it just
They,
seems like they can compete with the
they
best
only
in the world.
go away.
Well, I think that was the expectation for this team when it was built.
The exec isn't very good.
Look at this exec.
Calm is flash, but King is holding the line.
Oh,
and
King.
We've seen this before.
Ooh, Calm again, just like committing maybe when he didn't have to necessarily.
They've both taken a fair amount of damage, but they're dishing it right back, and Mazzino pull it off on his own.
Messina with another clutch again. The ecos seem to be the best rounds for NRG, but they don't win this
doing
one.
so many things right now. Winning the 1v2, just jumping out of hookah there. And yeah, it was against pistols, but it still matters.
Yeah, it's a 1v2 still.
Whether I think he's Victor and Demon 1.
Just checking the guy in showers.
I mean, I don't hate it. Long term, maybe it's a good decision, but I mean, NRG's. Demon 1's race has never. I mean, it didn't look great the first time we played it, but
So ready for this moment.
like if we're being real, like
waiting for it. Like they couldn't wait to get in the server.
you know,
But yeah, the round even previously.
it maybe makes sense from
Mazzino,
one
when he checked
perspective.
showers, just that little micro
But-
decision.
I don't know. Maybe it is a change of just like you're trying to force something that you don't need to.
And you see there's a little bit of help. Text
So this is something that
as you're mentioning.
I'm interested in from LEV, right? They're playing like pretty heavy showers.
King has played a different angle.
Right, they had 2 players
in
here
the sweep
starting
area.
off. They're doing this brim smoke again. This is like 3 rounds in a row now. We're only in round 5, and they've done it 3 rounds in a row, pretty much. As soon as the guns came out, they basically have been starting off with some pressure here now. Particularly when FNS was the caller for NRG, and so I'd assume it's probably still gonna carry on somewhat. They were the team that I always thought kind of used showers, exploited showers the best.
On this map are having
Already they're
no
in a
one
good
default
spot here.
on the other side of the map. They're so ready for this hit. I think they're gonna fight it this time. I don't even think they're gonna try to.
I mean, Demon 1 can get his ult
They're
here.
gonna try to fight them in short.
Well, I think the thing is
But
they
does
have
he
the
want
tools
to go
for it,
for
right?
it?
Yeah.
They have Tex's ult, they have Mazzino's ult.
If Mazzino goes down,
So they
here,
just
though, that would be
contact
huge
walk
for
in there.
NRG.
No smokes left.
Timing. Oh, Roomba was used though.
And then they used the
Party will be for
Here's the
nothing
thing, though,
if
as
they
you
see
mentioned,
us.
if they try to rotate out,
the Boombot. He does get his
Demon
ult.
1 played a nasty Brimstone on Fracture and Astra on Split and Lotus. Just stick him on Brim here. It's a straightforward roll on bind, let's be honest.
Oh my gosh.
Tex and Otspots can do no wrong.
And the wraparound.
They have to
from
know
King
he's
as
lamps.
well.
Like, there's literally nowhere else he can be. Right? He had to have sent the wingman from here. King has covered this side. They got their own wingman on it. It's good by left.
It's like I said, they're ready. They're positioned to fight this time.
Asklex 2, thanks for 50 bits. Yeah.
Just pace that LEV has been showing on the defensive side. They played back.
I can agree with that of just stick him on Brim. Right, just keep it simple. Don't do anything stupid. You know Victor's a good raise. Like, don't overthink it.
Enjoyable to watch.
There's definitely an argument for that. would it have mattered for this game? I don't know. I don't know. Would it have mattered for this game?
5 ults online, Doug, and they're up 5-0. But they need to secure rounds like this. Where
God, if this is a 13-0, that'll be the craziest thing I think I've... Genuinely, if LEV won this 13-4, 13-0, I think that would be the most surprising thing in Valorant history.
Once again plucked out of the sky.
Not punished again.
Up there with DFM.
It's been kept on a short leash all series.
Yeah, that Gecko is going to force the TPs. He's going through with it.
And he still gets his one.
Now Marv gets a kill from short.
I don't...
Just with his shirt.
I'm imagining he saw Crashies, but he may have not.
I don't think he saw him in the actual TP.
Kills him back. Can't get out.
From Lev.
Oh no, he's not getting out. I mean, they're just playing with so much confidence. Wow.
Unit right now, Doug.
Holy smokes.
I mean, they are like out-confidencing them, which is not something you see from NRG very often. I mean, timeout, bro.
Player short that was trying to re-aggro from Lev. That allows him to take all of that.
But what do you do when this is the second map?
And get the one up on the enemies that are
what do you do when this is the second map?
Valorant.
And you're getting cooked like this.
Everything.
Oh, so he was chasing that kill.
Biden blast.
Oh, now that means that you are old school if you're saying Biden blast. Val unrivaled. That 15 months is showing right there.
And you're right. You mentioned it earlier. They're stoic. I mean, they're calm.
We've gone through kind of stages.
Off like crazy.
You know, things that TMV says.
And another crazy start, 6-0.
You know, Biden blast was kind of towards the early part.
Too early on.
I mean, it had to be, right? Because that's the Biden blast meme was kind of a, you know, a thing like early on in Biden, Biden's presidency.
Of the game that we play at Valorant.
Yeah, we started with Sunfish.
Like that, man.
Sunfish is kind of the OG. Then we moved into stuff like Biden blast.
Truly, anybody can beat anybody.
Then we had kind of the Pingu phase. Now we're in the kind of Wolves phase.
They all came with something to prove.
I think there's just so much left to be desired here for NRG. Demon 1 went 0-9 in first kills, first deaths.
Phase one. The phases aren't planned out. It's just whatever feels natural at the time. Okay, Viper's Bits for both teams. For Brimalt.
But it feels like a lot of the same story.
And honestly, it just
this one hasn't felt as dominant, weirdly. I do feel like NRG still have danger in the rounds, but and I mean, that last one wasn't that close. But in the rounds before, I felt like they did have a chance to win. This time they go with a bit of a different stack on B this time.
To be a little bit slower of a pace, so now that he's playing more aggressive, his team isn't there to back him up.
If LEV wins, Cloud9 probably wins the group. I mean, yeah, Cloud9 have won their game.
I feel like every single time so far.
Oh, this is a
finally some signs
poor
of life.
decision against a Viper Orb in here.
Coming out
again
Marv,
against this team.
I think that's the question.
I'd be saying like, let's make them.
If Demon 1 gets some space, they can flip the map, or they can stay.
Let's make them actually take a site.
Not gonna help their cause.
Like, I'm not sure they can.
As soon as there's attack, you see the spam go through. And
oh my god, Victor, come on, bro.
How's he gotten away with it? Osbox is going to be late to the rotate. King in a perfect position.
There's no way.
He gets 2. Dude. Demon 1 and Crash is only 2
oh
left
my
standing.
god, what the fuck is going on?
This is insane.
How have they not won this round?
30 seconds left.
Unbelievable. I mean,
a 5v3? See, but this is a point as well, like 5v3, why are you overcomplicating it? Right? As long as this Viper Spit is up, you know one guy is here. Why do we need Demon 1 on this fucking like round-winning lurk? Just fucking come back to our team, bro, and enter on B.
Not aware of the gap that could be made, and
like
honestly, it kind of felt
as long as this is green, and then as soon as it's not green, it's like fuck it, go away. TP, go shower. TP, go shower, go away.
Victor kills Mazzino in that situation. I mean, he must have shot at least 10 bullets.
8 rounds into the second.
I mean, even with that flash, it did.
Double flash here, he's in trouble.
Oh,
it's a good read though.
Mazzino,
You ain't getting through that mold.
Yeah, I mean, Mazzino's just unbelievable right now. The series he's had so far has arguably been like a life series.
That's not good though. But
and he's far from done.
Yeah, but Marv's had enough. He's trying to take things into his own hands.
I mean, he had enough in the last round. Just when it feels like there's a little bit of room for them to find some space, it all crumbles.
The utility is too good, and things going wrong for NRG today.
Feels like we're watching a Shakespearean tragedy.
Oh, I think it might be a comedy. Tragedy?
To remind you, on Sunset, it was a 10-2 half. They had won 7 rounds in a row in the first half. Leviathan did. They're at 8 so far.
I mean, they're just trying to speedrun today, apparently. Like, they must have some dinner reservations or something tonight.
This is just
Which team?
To think that we're on the second map of this series.
No. I mean, to be fair, there's not much you can really do.
Yeah.
I mean, that is objectively funny. Right, I mean, that one is objectively
Yeah,
funny.
he didn't have many options.
I mean, he's going to die to the enemy Brimald if he doesn't do that. Do they clear calm here? Oh.
They've got Aspas to help, and they have Tex with the Dizzy over the top. I mean, that's the cue. The flash
This
is
is
dropped. The bodies
Vanilla.
do too.
It's beautiful.
Heritage.
I mean,
Rose is a red. Are you sure this game is pro? The cults himself, Lev 13-0.
Bro.
Crash Fuse is gonna fall. Margin Victor left alone.
Can he survive,
Desperately
Mazzino?
looking for any sort of a spark, a
He's
catalyst.
just cooked. Mazzino is absolutely destroying them. He is absolutely destroying them.
Victor with nothing to do.
Oh my god, is this our 13-0? I don't even want to. I don't want to go. I hope it is. I hope it is. I hope it is. That had to be Thinking Man Solitaire with his.
You could possibly ask for.
Yeah. And at this point, I mean, NRG.
Oh, where did he go? I didn't see it.
If you had told me
Zoltox Energy are a consistent team. Shut up, old man. I own you.
have won 4 of them, I would have called you a liar. I mean, I would have called you insane because there's no way, right? But here we are, where they only won 4 rounds this entire series.
It's like because I said NRG are consistent. Yeah, they are. They consistently beat bad teams who don't know what they're doing. And then as soon as they play anyone who can shoot back, they're dog shit. That's consistent.
So good right now.
And we're starting to see this roster.
I've seen it.
Like really come into its own, right? We knew Aspas was going to be good. Calm is delivered, or excuse me, King is delivered, right? He's been exceptional so far for Leviathan at the beginning of the season, but Tex is going, or excuse me, Calm is going back to the Calm of old. Now Mazzino's top fragging against NRG,
imagine taking your second time out to try and avoid a 13-0.
Hadn't lost a single map up until this point. This Leviathan, I mean, this roster, the way they're playing now, these guys, they look like world enders.
And I think it has a lot to do with like the roles that you're talking about as well. I think Tex is actually very, very good at Gecko. And Calm, he's been filling very well. He's no slouch to Sky.
I mean, Mazzino in this game has been every decision Mazzino makes in this game, like even there, right? Like where he runs through the snakebite this side, he comes and runs through the snakebite this side, expecting the pressure to come from here again. Mav's not expecting him to be there, cooks him again. Like everything he's done has been insane. I mean, I'm cursing him now. They'll win this round, NRG, because Mazzino will make a massive mistake.
Easy to do. And it's also not with Aspas dropping 40. Right? I think that would have been the expectation for most, but alas, they're doing it by committee.
Look at that. They're so confident. They want to disrupt. They want NRG to have to use utility on these early chokes, so when they actually go for the site hits, they have nothing.
They have a Gecko ult.
And then they just win the utility.
You got a Viper's Pit.
Like even there, they just walk up short.
It's hard to get a 13-0.
Go for a peek, get out.
Because you're going to have some rounds with ults where they don't have any ults. They're playing really aggressive and just double TP for some reason.
NRG's not reacting off of this at all. They should already be taking the A site. This hesitation that is coming through.
I got this. I'm out. And they're close. They haven't committed to
They
it
give
yet.
him the spike. He doesn't have
Crash
wingman.
says his ult. The knife not tagging, but the dog's already out. Mazzino with a lot to do. And to the surprise of no one, Mazzino wins it out again. He gets
Oh my
2.
god. Okay. They did also
Goes on
find
for the
Calm.
third, but doesn't land it. Aspas still back sight. Tex has been caught, but it's just momentary. It's just a slight delay. You see NRG disciplined with it, not forcing any of these fights, understanding they're in a position to win a round. and not wanting to squander it, not wanting to throw it away. The pick goes in, and King's behind enemy lines. He's so far up.
Oh my god. And they used both ults and didn't win. Oh my god, Ian Amaral, thanks for the 50 bits. Oh my
We
god.
got NRG figured it out. Just pick Ray's map slow-mo. Now we know why D1 didn't play Rise in EG.
Yeah. Pick any fucking race map and they're dog shit. I mean, NRG fucking did that for them as well. She's just spamming from above the pit.
This is a beating unlike, I think, anything we've seen in recent memory.
God, at the half, you'd just be hitting them with the, you good?
Already lost a bunch of matches. You know, like
You good, guys?
Yeah.
Like everything okay
this
there?
is unheard of.
King's got the fucking judge. I bet he's got a rifle
I mean,
with it as well.
This match, I was definitely looking at NRG as a top 3 team in the league.
Okay, Mod is gonna run into lamps based off the 3 suppressed. They go in, and Demon Mod's walked in there as well. The thing is though, they might get Brim ulted.
They've done it at their pace. They've done it
Brim
their
ult.
way. The disruption has been way too much for them to handle. They fight in twos. Marv was just overwhelmed there.
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
This util dump is
Don't
insane.
worry, NRG are the best team in Americas, though lol easy comeback.
Proactive with utility once more. This has been the name of the game in this series, is just proactivity, clearing out everywhere that energy deposits.
The double swing, I mean, it's so easy.
Phenomenal.
It's perfect.
Even the dog to spot the shower walkout right there, so nobody U-Haul has to worry about it. Oh, jeez.
It's so easy.
They're calling circles around NRG. Their
I
utility
mean, next
usage is
round, I mean.
masterful. They're winning every single gunfight. They're getting 3 kills through
Yeah.
smokes.
You want Espas to get his ult here.
What do you do in a situation like this?
And he does. They have 3 ults next round. This could be a 12-0. They have Brim ult, Gecko ult, Raze ult next round.
Not be 13-0. You don't want to be the first team this year.
Campaign with 500 bits. Don't worry, NRG are the best team in Americas though. Lol, easy comeback. I mean, at this point. I'm putting if LEV play like this the rest of the year, LEV are being #1, and there's a tier gap to everyone in the world. If they play like this, fuck that. It's over. It is so over if LEV play like this. Like not even close. So it's a full retake, eh?
Demon One looking to take any space that he can, and he's gonna have a walk through lob, and again,
I see no fucking dodges at all.
Takes a bit more damage on the way back, but they've gotten the spike down.
So the TP comes in.
The thing is,
They're ready for the push.
Retake util on the other side.
Oh, they were ready for the push.
All 3 of them. Victor falls, but fortunately, that's all it was for them, as they seem to be punching back, but the punches have nothing behind them. What can Marv and Ethan do? They pop
I mean,
the
they know where he is.
Spike has been ticking away for a little while now. Maybe they're gonna have to go aggressive with this. The Stinger and a Spectre. Ethan
Time.
3 on the round.
He's so good with the Stinger, man.
Oh, Tex I think was playing for Wingman.
No shot.
Are they gonna have enough time?
No.
I think it was a little short.
Oh, boo!
No 13-0, and that's the bright side for NRG. That is the sigh of relief. Listen to that.
That's the first time NRG fans have had a chance to celebrate this entire half.
And the players too. I mean, you don't want to get 13-0.
That's yeah. Yep. Well, so that's how they went around, to the surprise of everyone.
I'm not surprised because NRG with Stingers.
You're full. I'm not even gonna let. No, I'm not gonna let you finish that sentence. We're gonna throw it down to the telestrator. That's crazy.
That's correct, Sue. Thanks for 50 bits.
Is this more LEV playing best in the world or NRG playing like dog? Not saying LEV look bad or anything though.
I mean, LEV are playing well. Let's not be real. Let's be real. But
smile.
45 seconds left to
Super
go.
Poop.
At the start,
Supper
NRG
Poop. Thanks for the 16 months.
threatened at their space there, but
So,
already we
I
can
always
see
say
that
this,
back
right?
up in front
When
is
you get
Cubs up
dominant
1-0.
games, teams
faked out that they're eventually moving
at this
over
level,
into the A site. And
right?
NRG are going to try to hit
It
the
takes
site
two
with the
things.
Thrash
It
and
takes
Flash
one team
combo coming in.
playing
But
well
now, Leviathan are
and
all
one team
very
playing
far
shit.
into backside. See
Right.
that little play coming in right there?
Because
This
if
little
both
nice
teams are
flash
playing, like,
through
let's
this
say
rifle at
LEV
the
are playing
same
insane,
time,
but
Flash
NRG
goes
was
for
still
it,
playing
and they're gonna
well,
get full control
this would
over
be
U-Haul. But it's still not
13-7,
easy to plant the spike,
13-8.
and importantly, that was the
Right.
last flash Ethan had in the round. There's not many great options to fight into backside.
If
now,
one team's
apart
playing okay
from
and the other team's
Crashy's
playing
vision.
bad, like
So,
really bad,
as we get in
then
here,
you'll
you
get
can
a
see the first
13-7,
problem to arise
13-6.
for NRG.
Right,
This
that's what
rifle
that is.
right here is
To get
throwing out
11
range. So
ones,
NRG
to
saying,
get
"We're gonna
like
weigh out
11
that
one
rifle.
halves,
It's okay, and we're
it
going to,
has to be
instead
both.
try to maybe creep up and
Right,
figure
like,
out
it
what's
has
going
to
on
be
in
both.
showers.
You
Right now,
don't
they
get
only
that
have 4
unless it's
players
both.
in main. They have no presence inside showers whatsoever.
Because again, like, you're gonna have rounds where it's like, just the way Valorant is, you're gonna have a round where someone wins the first duel. You're gonna have a round where you have 4 ults and they have none. Right? There's just gonna be rounds where you just should be favored to win. Right? And there was, even in this, there was a couple situations where NRG, maybe more so early on than later on, but earlier on, you know, they looked pretty good.
The orb comes back up. There's just no time to work with, and because they don't have control over showers, the entire plant falls apart. It is a disastrous first half for NRG, and they must win this pistol. Back to you, Doug.
Yeah. Very well said, Ender. Thank you for that. I think.
I mean,
Leviathan, as we've mentioned, as we've talked about a couple times, they've played a perfect.
I will get to go to bed early. Must-win pistol.
The fact that they've lost 5
I think it's a
rounds this
must-win
entire time has
pistol
been
bonus,
outrageous.
4th, 5th, 6th, to be honest.
When you win in a blowout of this fashion, you're not actually showing everything that you have. So we actually haven't seen the full playbook of what LEV has in store for other teams. Winning like this is so good for your team.
Oh, it hit him in the face.
That's on purpose, but it still doesn't fully dodge it.
Silence
They are
before
coming back
gunfire
here
erupts
into the
as
stack.
Everybody, almost everyone on the map is grouping up towards a short D1.
Oh, they
the
were.
tip of the spear.
Tex gets higher.
He's not far off. Tex takes the first bit of damage, and there we go. As a barrage of bullets.
Did they see both players? Yeah, they saw the flat. They're just going to go back to B.
Worse for wear.
Take the
Aspas is taking a little
3v1.
bit of damage as well. And they cut noise.
No, they
Now
come back.
Considering this, Mark's still playing on the other side of the map, understanding if they flip through Telly, he'd be in trouble.
Yeah. He's going to start flanking
dinked
right now, which is a good call. It's going to be a double flank from Crashies and Marv. And Ethan's job right here is just to delay as much as possible and make sure it's not obvious that a flank is coming in. He needs to show more presence, but safely, right?
I suppose
Because
one expect
if
the
he
shower
doesn't,
flank.
Sightlines will be adjusted behind, but that doesn't happen.
And they're both suppressed.
King with Molly in his lap has to take a step back. Tex with 22 HP, and you see him. They've been corralled into U-Haul. They're gonna have to fight their way out of this.
That's a nice round by
And it's Ethan
NRG.
who wins that one out. They're just gonna stick the defuse. King has nothing he can do about it. NRG get their second.
I think Lev slightly messed up here when they didn't. I mean, I know they don't know where Marv is, I guess.
Not rotating off of any timing, just waiting. And then the reflank from Marv and Crashies. Ethan playing in that.
If anything, maybe they went the wrong way. Maybe the shower call is the correct call there. Because if you go silent long enough,
You know what is
they
this
might think
game
that
I
you're
watched
going
today?
back
So
to
sad
B,
for
having
energy.
seen 2 players
I
there.
must say these teams look like
But you know that
Tweedledum and
shower is clear
Tweedledee.
as well, right? So coming this way, maybe
But I don't know if it's enough to make a comeback.
maybe it's the right, because you can still create pressure here. They might even push into you, not expecting you there. Okay, they win a pistol. They'll probably make it a respectable half. Thank you, man. Solte with 57 bits. Oh no, what is this game I watched today? So sad for NRG. I must say these teams look like Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Was one of Tweedledum or Tweedle? Were they like a 2 opposite sides of a coin? I thought they were the same.
And doing things that are just not the meta. And NRG need to be ready to punish moments like that if they come.
Oh, look at the respect that they're showing.
A respectable 13-3.
They're so far back.
I
Only
could see
person
this
who's really
being
up is D1.
13-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done very carefully approaching this round with the pistols that they've brought into it. A heavy lean towards B. And that's where the majority of NRG is.
The thing is, when you're Lev, like, you know that Aspas is good for 2 rounds.
So once Crashies
So
gets
they're good.
contact here, Ethan will do a pop flash, and then Crashies will throw his flash after. Here it comes.
There are the flashes that you mentioned. Aspas is stuck. Nowhere to go.
30 seconds left.
The gun difference on full display here for NRG.
One enemy remaining.
Tex. No
Okay, well, they have to die. I mean, if you're NRG, honestly, you might even just force up again. It's probably worse.
Super nice setup.
Because you don't want to be playing 12-3.
But finally, we get to see the flash combo working out for NRG. I feel like a lot of the rounds that we've seen them try to combo up that Gecko flash with the KO flash, the Gecko flash hasn't been getting much value.
Yeah, it gets cleared instantly, you're right.
Nice, a lot of players blind here, and the wall comes up at the same time. Good protocols. But a lot of info gained for LEV on how NRG likes to play a passive hold on that B site. So if they decide to hit again, expect a Gecko Molly to land on top of that default box, pushing Ethan out if he decides to play there
Double
again, or
stacking
anybody
shower.
else that
Did they
plays
force up?
there.
No.
Forcing
So
him to swing
probably a
across.
mistake by NRG here. Probably a pretty big mistake, to be honest.
Those are the type of things that you need to read into even on the anti-ecos or your eco rounds.
You've seen Vic try to do this twice now, where he tries to push the Viper Orb off of its placement.
4 stack on A.
It hasn't really netted much of anything.
Yeah, I almost think you want it to land a little bit more right. Bounce it off
This
the
game
right
doesn't
side
matter
of
in the
the
grand scheme of things for
dome.
NRG. Oh, I
Might need
heavy
a
disagree with
7
that.
for that one, though. Right here.
Finishing first very much matters in a group. Yeah, that's king
might be
down.
a 7-head right there.
I mean, that might
Yeah.
bring them back to B, you would have thought, but they're actually still going A. Okay, LEV are in trouble.
Again, going
They're
into the
probably
stack.
going to lose
Four
this
members
round.
of NRG are here.
In fact, I mean, it's very unlikely that LEV win this round now. 4v5, running into a stacked site.
So
Like,
much that's covered by these
I
smokes.
mean, good luck.
And instead of just going for a safe plant, they're going to push back into spawn. They're going to fight back side with the flash over the top.
Okay, they
Leviathan get them both.
And now they can flip.
go 2 for 1.
The guy in pocket and have a
Oh,
crossfire
Tex.
on his site. And this is going to be a double swing potentially. Tex!
What a cool
I mean,
idea.
they know that Ethan's there too.
Aspas is ahead of it.
And he knows where Marv is. Oh, they did win this.
Trampling forward.
I know they had better guns, but still,
Can't
running
really
into a
do
4-player site.
How does Ethan win a 1v3 like this? He can't.
Great reaction from LEV to push back site there. Take over.
That's a jinx?
CT
Is that a
spawn, the
jinx?
defender
That's
spawn.
just a calling it how it is in a 5v4 when they're running into 4 players on a site. Like,
While that bomb is ticking down.
normally we win those.
You know, you and I have talked so many times about how it feels like impossible to hold back sight on A. And that's just when people are playing things standard.
Yeah.
When you have them clearing through U-Haul, a flash over the top of truck, and then a fight back side is just incredible.
And I don't know who was in heaven there, but
Tech pause.
I think it may have been Crashies. Just ended up whiffing when Victor needed help the most. We have a tech pause. 12-3 tech pause. You hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
This feels cool.
Did Com spill a drink again?
Oh, was there a spill?
It's
There's a
always
spill,
fucking
wasn't there?
Com.
A little too
How does
light.
how is he a fucking pro player? He's got hands like a
From the
fucking
side of LEV, I think.
I think it was calm.
brown. Just fucking.
I mean, he's crazy for playing with that drink so close to his right hand. I'm flicking
Yeah,
that
no
every day
shot.
of the week.
Yep. Back into the action. It was a momentary one. Round 16, a 12-3 lead for Leviathan. You can hear the crowd trying to will NRG back into the
Classic
series.
up tech
But it
pause.
almost feels too little too late. Crashy's on the cross. Nice.
I mean, both of those and the flash.
The potential for more. You can tell they want to go aggressive, but wisely take a step back.
Poison orb emitting.
And just like that, what, 20, 30 rounds into the 30 seconds into the round, it's over. Because surely Leviathan to win a 3v5 to win the series, right?
Don't do that.
That's
Don't do that, man.
the overheat moment.
If Crashies went down there, I would have.
Soggy Biscuit 63. Thanks for the sub.
Texas taking a little bit of damage here. Demon 1. online. But is it too late?
Pump up your numbers so people don't think you're an awful Raze Demon one. You do it. You go for it, King.
Yeah, the NRG so far in these early round exchanges on the defensive side have gotten the best of LEV. Even the previous round that they lost, they were up.
It was a gift?
4v3.
Oh. See, again, it doesn't tell me what the gifts are. It was Thinking Man Solitaire gifted a tier 3 sub. I mean, someone's got to be asking questions there. You gifted a tier 3 to Soggy Biscuit 63. I don't know what Soggy Biscuit 63 did. A tier 3, I mean, that is kind of crazy. It's also a bit like,
here for the attack. They do have Texas ult though.
Why gift that?
This will be
a tier 3.
Short A hit.
I mean, you must know who it is.
It's not 4, but they are pushing into the majority of the NRG players. 3 here, 2 of Health Showers. You imagine King is going to try to take some late
gifting the
space
people
there.
more.
That's in the molly. Stays alive though. Demon 1 trying to creep forward. King waiting on the other side, and Demon 1 knows. Oh,
He loses anyway. Now 5v3.
Stinger too strong, Doug.
Aspas up top, not able to find anything with the ult. It's all into Marvin Vic now.
Okay, GG.
Trying to keep
2
the series
13
alive.
falls.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wow.
Marved in a 1v5.
They're running him down like a dog.
Complete obliteration from top to bottom. Any given Sunday. Leviathan destroy NRG.
It wasn't any given Sunday. This was a fucking...
Wow. NRG.
This was a fucking domination.
I don't know what to say, Doug.
This was men against boys. This was...
That's what I'll have to say.
Radiance versus fucking Silvers.
They're still in a good spot.
This
Their
was...
schedule is looking good after this match.
Yeah, what I am excited though, what I am excited about though is how good Leviathan
This was a destruction.
Man, like, I mean, do we start putting them in contention
26-8.
top 3 NABCT up with the likes of Loud and Sentinels?
Yeah, this was a speed run any percent.
You have to. There may be like a Sentinels Cloud9 Leviathan at this point. This is just crazy. Yeah. I think parity brings out.
So NRG lost the game to Sen,
today,
and then they scrimmed apparently the day after. They had a whole month to prep, but it was like, no, we're scrimming straight away to get prepared. So God fucking knows what Chet is gonna do after this game. Chet's gonna fucking lock them up with the fucking tape on their eyes.
On a roster that has Aspas, on a roster that has King. Everything
Fucking
went well for them today.
And gotta shout out Tex and Com, the supporting figures of this roster. They really stepped it up, because I feel like the narrative for a while was,
God knows,
you know, Mazzino, King, and Aspas doing really well, and the support just not quite
Don't know
there
war.
for Tex and Com, and they really did a good job of stepping it up and
Don't
being
know
there
war,
for their
I
teammates
saw.
and just doing the right plays and setting them up.
C9 are the best team in the world. Well, I don't know what happened to Lev. What the fuck happened to Lev in that first week? Why? How were they so shit?
This bad, you don't
And then they
even
turned
know
into
if it was,
this?
like, the strats, or
How were
if
they
the
so
game was
shit the
bad.
first?
You don't actually get genuine feedback from a match like this because you just got blown out.
Yeah, where do you start?
Language?
tough.
What? They got fucking...
Maybe on another day,
They got
this could've gone
Aspas and
differently.
King and
We did
Mazzino
the same
fucking
things.
just one English
Maybe the
lesson?
aim was a little bit better. It would have gone differently. Yeah, this was just a stomping, to say the least.
Oh, and again, I think for Leviathan, everything is clicking.
Okay,
just
I'm gonna
on
go to
time.
bed.
They're finding their footing.
You want to watch any interviews or whatever? Go and do it. I can't guarantee I'll be up for Pacific tomorrow. What are the games? Are they any good? T1 Talon? No. Genji Zeta? No. Okay, I can't guarantee. I might watch them if I'm up, but if I'm not, don't blame me. Because I'm ill. I can't believe what we just watched. It was funny though. But don't worry, NRG fans, you get to play a shit team next that you can just go back and stomp and play your little fucking ranked game, and all will be fine, and everyone will be happy, and everyone will be like, oh, NRG are back, they look good, don't they? Oh, NRG, they're fucking good. As they win fucking 13-5, 13-6, and MIBR look dog shit again. Okay, goodbye.